Magic Club presents Fourth Meal.
Okay, we're recording.
We're live.
We're live.
We are live.
Welcome back to Fourth Meal. I think we need a rebrand this year.
Yeah, we could.
The fourth meal is not working for us because you have no meals. Fucking 5 is on no meals for 3 days.
We're on
He's
a
on a water fast.
3-day water fast. I know it's been trending. So
You're a trending guy. You're like a trending topic follower.
no, but I've been fasting. I've been intermittent fasting for like 5 years.
No, you've been doing that, but you're on a
But
water
like, this
fast.
is like no, because dude.
What
last
TikTok
Sunday?
did you see that made you do
No. Well, it was our group chat with Stone. You know,
this? No.
Show me the science.
There's no sign.
Danny watches.
You went to the group chat with they weren't on it. They weren't even talking about it. You were like, hey,
No,
what's your
we're-
thoughts on the thing? And they're like, make sure you have your electrolytes.
Well, Stone and I have been talking about fasting for a long time, and
Yeah,
Stone
for
was the
one
one
day.
doing the 36-hour fast.
1 day, yeah.
Though
Wow.
not eating for a day and a half or whatever.
But the 3-day fast is definitely
it's
a
been
TikTok.
around for
Who
a
did it?
long time. I don't know. I saw it on YouTube.
Okay.
So it's a
Dr.
3-day
Mindy.
only water diet.
Only
right?
water.
Damn.
Like I'm not even doing
Crazy.
coffee.
So welcome to the No Meal Podcast.
Yeah, the No Meal Podcast is our new rebrand.
That's a new name.
I definitely think we need a reback because it's like, all right, fourth meal, for a quick backstory, if you don't know, it's usually people have the 3 meals a day, right? You got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The fourth meal was the after the club.
Yeah.
So you get off a gig and you go eat. We all meet up at whatever, let's call it.
Mr.
If you had a local
Lucky's,
gig,
yeah.
right? You go to Bob's Big Boy,
Yeah.
do pars, whatever's 24 hours. And that's where you
Crispy
are
Pork Gang.
wasted eating fucking pancakes.
Just talking.
And just talking.
Yeah.
So it's the fourth meal. That was kind of how this started. And now I don't even think some of us have 2 meals a day.
Yeah, I have one big
One meal a day.
Yeah.
How many
Damn.
meals a
Couple
Scratchy?
bags of chips.
I still have like 4 a day.
4. Oh, so all right, fourth meal it is.
Priorities changed, man.
Are you a breakfast, lunch, and dinner type of guy?
No, definitely not. I'm probably like a 2 meal. I have
meal
like
a day?
a
Okay.
lunch and then maybe something after the club.
All right, we might need that. This might
After
be
the
the
club-
year of the rebrand.
Yeah. After the club was easy to do when we were younger, right? Like
Yeah.
it's fucking, your body just burning all this shit. Now, like after the club, if I eat after the club, bro, like I'm up like 5 pounds.
Yeah.
For the next
Scratchy
week.
still does a fourth meal like in
Yeah.
Vegas.
Well, we did.
It's just so fun to
Yeah,
me.
'cause you're on
That's what I'm
vacation.
saying.
me.
It's something to do.
Yeah.
It was like
That's true.
you go wind down, meet up with the homies that just got off of other clubs, and you go fucking, and you're wasted out of your mind.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like everything tastes way better.
Yeah.
The fucking moon's over my hammy,
Our fourth meal was Grand Lux in Vegas with Vice.
bro.
all the time.
No, before that it was Mr. Lucky's.
Oh yeah, Mr. Lucky's
Lucky's.
at Hard Rock.
And
That
on
was how it started.
On special occasions, we'll do rhino.
That's
Yeah.
the
Chicken
that's
fingers,
The,
a
loco
lot of
moco.
occasions.
that's
Oh,
still,
my God.
I think that if there's ever a fourth meal, it's still at the Rhino. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Get the chicken strips and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, good times.
Wow. Okay. How's your guys' New Year so far?
It's good. It's going.
Did you already fuck up your goals?
Actually, not yet because I'm still drinking my water. I have it right here.
So shout out to everyone that listened to the last episode with Stone Rock. A lot of people are asking me how's the water drinking going. It's like, and that's good, man. I think water's always been good
Yeah.
for you, and I've always been a water drinker. So
yeah, same.
to me, like I'm not a gallon a day person, but now I try to be.
That's just harder than like people think, man. Drinking a gallon a day.
Do you remember
that's
when
a
we
lot.
used to work with Nick Cannon, Skratchy? I used to work with him too, and he always had a gallon of water, and I was like, "Oh, you're doing a gallon of water a day?" He goes, 2 gallons a day. I said, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Yeah, 2 gallons.
Oh,
Got that clean piss.
Yeah, he also doesn't sleep and fucking
Yeah,
he
he's
works
a
not, man.
machine.
It's on-
So
yeah.
when you're up for 24 hours, 2 gallons
need it.
isn't that much.
Fuck.
This is like,
That's wild.
yeah, he's a maniac. But so far, so good. Your goals?
Yeah.
3-day fast.
Well, I was gonna actually get back on track, like with my fasting and like my like eating, tracking my meals. And honestly, the first week, fucking me and Skratchy pigged out on Sunday. Like I had ramen.
Well, I told you, first week is just extended
you're right.
December.
So that's why
December
like
40th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
December. What is it? 7 days after the December 37th.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm on track this week. Started the the water fast and then and back on the. I don't know what I'm gonna break my fast with tomorrow, but
Oh, and my 10K steps still going strong.
Yep.
Have you hit the 10K?
Right
Every
now,
day?
today?
No, just
Yeah,
daily.
yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's been what, 4 or 5 days? Yeah,
That's good.
every day.
That's not easy. It's not hard.
Yeah.
But like we talked about being in LA, like it's harder than we think. Like I felt like I was walking around a lot the other day and like, hit a Target run. Like looked at my steps and it was like 7,000.
That's still
But
a lot. Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I could hit to hit the other additional 3 was
Yeah, you
not
have to go
that
like-
easy because I was already home and I'm like trying to like
walk. Yeah.
It's a mile
walk
walk.
to my garage a couple
A
times.
mile walk's about like 3,000 steps.
Yeah.
1 mile's 3,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So
Are
if
you
you need
sure?
3,000, yeah. Because that's what I've been doing.
Okay,
But,
so
shit, the leg's shaking too, man.
oh yeah, let me
Yeah, me
shake my
too.
leg. That burns calories. All right, we're just gonna be like this all day,
With your Apple Watch.
Everyone's
on
like,
your
you guys
leg.
have a nervous tick or something?
dude. That's
I
just
do.
like, yeah. I think it's like a ADD thing too. Like people that just like kind of need to
Not like my
antsy.
finger, like when I'm only when I'm driving, my hands on the steering wheel, I'm always like doing the crab for some reason. Like it's always going like this.
I do that in the club when I'm like, I can't think of a song, and I'm like, oh, like.
just crab your
I
fingers.
swear, sometimes if I get stuck thinking about, so I actually got that from my dad. He did that like in the nightclubs.
just be
If he
crabbing.
gets stuck on a song, you start seeing like doing this,
Oh,
and I know
shit.
he's thinking of a song.
Oh,
Wait, maybe
no
we
way.
should introduce our guest.
Okay. All right. No, we did a quick little check-in. Actually, shout out to Beat Breaker. He's hanging out in the audience. We're taping in front of a live audience.
That's right.
Beat Breaker. We were like, come on, man, right here, Beat Breaker. Got a
Yeah,
seat
B
right
Baker
here
will
for
be
you.
on soon, I hope.
Yeah, he's gonna be on soon. Shout out to Beat Breaker, one of the best editors, remixers in the game, producers in the game. My dog.
Seriously.
And he got a Tri Studios shirt
Amazing
on.
DJ also.
Of course. Danny Rojas is our guest.
That's right.
And I want to say this is the youngest guest we've ever had.
Yeah.
22 years old.
22.
Did you just turn 22?
No, so I
You're
turned
going on
23
23
in June. Yeah.
Okay, so you're still it's 22. 22 and a half.
Yeah. We're halfway there.
Wait, so what year were you born?
2001.
Damn.
shit.
It's funny when you meet someone and I'm like, damn, like my DJ career is older than you. Started
Wow,
DJing in
dude.
98,
No, that's
bro.
true.
Damn,
Holy
that's
And
shit.
5. When did you start DJing? 91? 2?
93.
93.
Yeah.
Scratchy?
97, I think?
97?
Or 96, 97.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a little bit before me, 98, yeah.
It's wild for me to think that you guys started on vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm actually
Well, that's all that
Going
was
back to
available
that.
back then.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
Yeah.
dude, it's crazy because like now vinyl's hot again. And like I go back and dig and I'm like the shit I was interested in. Like I'll see like the hip hop singles and I just like skip through that whole section. I'm like, where's the album cuts? Where's the jazz?
That's crazy, man.
But it's like back then that was straight to the singles and like
Yeah, before we didn't want the albums. Like,
no, hell no. I think I got rid of so many albums that I wish I had
Yeah.
now.
They're worth more too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Way more. Back.
damn.
Well, no, you couldn't play albums at the club because it was like the grooves were so small and it was
would
like
skip
so
around,
low
right?
quality and like you have to tweak it and then like you get crazy bass. And, like,
Yeah, it
everything
I
sounded
is
couldn't
different than
imagine
the
that. I couldn't
singles.
imagine going to a club and pulling up with vinyl and like
Bro, so-
searching through
Yeah.
a crate. That's crazy to me.
So we'll get
insane.
into his story, but Danny is on Power 106 and when I started on Power, it was still vinyl.
that's
It
yeah,
was
that's why-
right before Serato. And I remember the transition, but yeah, it was I would go through all my records, look at the recurrent list on paper.
Yeah.
Say, all right, cool. I'm gonna play this Dog Pound record.
So
I
you-
played this last
Man.
week. Take it out, and
You'd
I
have
would
to bring
have to
your-
come with my set.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
But you did.
But I did. So wait, did you guys bring your own wax or was it like the in-house? Like
No,
I was thinking that
everyone
too.
had their own records.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I always thought you guys had like a a
Like
community
shared them.
pool.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. No, ain't no one trying to share their
That's
records
true.
back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
True.
Back then, it was like, and that was kind of the flex. Like, I would hear like fucking Verman or E-Man or Chalk
No,
or someone
yeah.
play a classic recurrent. I'm like, oh my god, I
You
don't
know
have that.
You don't have
You know
it.
why? Because
Yeah.
That
I'm
was
in
the flex.
Vegas, and like every time I would hear like I'll be in town, like and I'll like record Power. It's like they always play the same songs. Like are they sharing all right, like the same records? and
Well,
shit?
that's because of the list.
yeah.
So
Makes
that's
sense.
that. We were also like following a playlist. So as much as, and you got to remember programming. You had to being the BPM. So a lot of times stuff that's on the list that mixes with the A record that we have to hit, you only have a few options. So if you hear like let's play house over and over, it's not because like, oh, we're sharing the record. It's just like, damn, that's the only one that kind of works. And at one point, we weren't even using like the Pioneer 500 FX.
Oh, so you had no
effects. Nothing. So there was no echoing out. It was like fucking, you had to try to keep it the same BPM as much as possible to sound good. And you took advantage of like sweepers or commercials to switch the tempo. That's how you would switch the tempo. Damn. They'd hit a fucking sweeper. Some of them are produced, and then you fucking put another record, and then that was. Damn. But yeah, it was all your own records, and it was super fun to like. And I think sometimes you would get away with one that's not on the list, and that's when you would show off the record that you knew was hard to find.
So you still have to follow, what is it, ABC records?
Yeah,
right?
It was
so A's were like the
A was every hour.
Yeah.
They get played every single hour in by the hour. B is like a record that's almost to the A. So it was like you could play it every other hour. Right. C's are old A's. So when it go after it like kind of had its run, it goes to the C.
So which is that a recurrent?
No, it's not a recurrent yet. Recurrent was more like
those are E's.
It was like there might be different.
It goes that far.
At least now, I mean, I don't know.
Back then it wasn't even called that. It was just a recurrent, and then you had golds, and a gold was a classic, Tupac, more like 90s. Yeah. But then the recurrent was more like a song that, like, for example, I don't know, like let's say Nori Nothing. That's not like Tribe Called Quest. Right. Tribe would be like a gold, and then Nori's like a recurrent because it's not that. I guess now it's a gold because it's mad old, right?
Now,
but at that time,
it's a throwback.
Crazy to think. I mean, it's still for the most part the same deal. I mean, we're still the same A, B, C's. But yeah, we have E's, F's, and then our golds.
Okay.
So
E's is what?
E's are like sub-recurrents.
Okay.
So C's are kind of like recurrents. E's are sub-recurrents, and then our F's are like new music. Or like what's hot in LA.
Okay.
And then we have
what's considered a gold record right now?
So like a gold right now would be like Fetty Wap again.
Damn, that's a gold?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
I mean, what year did it come out?
That's like a 2014.
That's what, but even back then,
crazy.
like 10 years ago.
Gold was more like a 20-year-old record.
Damn.
Back then.
Damn, that's pretty far back. Yeah, we don't really play too much like 90s anymore. We kind of phased all that out.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like the furthest we'll go back is maybe like later 2000s.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. Fetty Wap is a gold.
Wow. Yeah, man.
Wild.
I'm like, okay, hello. What is
Yeah.
It's a good song though.
It's a great song, but it's the same idea too with like BPMs, like kind of the same struggle. Like, with programming, there's only so much you can play.
Bro, I tell people, I told this story before. When I first got on, want to know what an A was? Usher and Alicia Keys' My Boo.
Oh my.
So think about like as a mix show, trying to like play that every hour, like the fuck? Wow. It was tough.
That's when the effects box came in handy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You would have like a very few records that would blend with that.
That's my A record now in the clubs.
Damn. Do you play it?
Yeah, I played it Do Over.
Do-Over.
Yeah.
How was Do Over?
It's fun. On New Year's Day, I did Do Over.
I was watching the video. I think you were reposting, and then I was like, "Damn, here goes fucking Beat Junkies are opening, going crazy." And here's Five just like on his USB, just fucking like you were not. You look checked out, and I love to see it because everyone says I look checked out, and I was like, "Yeah, bitch, how's it feel?"
I didn't want to drink that day. I was like, you know what? I'm like,
well, were you hungover?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the night before.
New Year's Day.
Of course. I regret taking that gig. I was like, fuck, dude. But like it's a do-over. Like,
of course.
Fuck. It's like right by the house. I'm like, walk over, knock it out real quick. I was like dreading it.
Did you know that J-Rock and Rhapmatic were playing with you?
I was napping right before that. So I woke up, walked
but
over.
did you know who was playing or no? No.
I saw like Spinnerita.
Because they don't announce the DJs, right?
Yeah. Well, they gave me the flyer. I forgot to post it. I reposted it like later.
Checked out.
I walked up. It was like, oh yeah, like we'll set you up. Like J Rock and Red are on turntable. I was like, oh fuck, it's J Rock and Red. Damn. I'm like, I should have brought my laptop. I pulled up like this.
Oh shit.
And then it was 2000, so I'm like, oh,
even worse.
Man.
damn. But we pulled through. I just went to like my like trusty R&B crate. I was like, you know what, this is what they need right now, man.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, they ended their set with like Annie Up and like a bunch of dub plays.
I
It was
heard
dope,
Annie
dude.
Up.
Dude, the energy was so high. I came in so low.
But it worked.
Yeah, it
Fucking
came
from Annie Up, and then you fucking hit a sweeper and go to my blue.
Yeah, I went to like we
Oh shit.
Oh,
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
or owl, as Neil Jackson.
When
would
Neil
call it.
Jackson said, "Oh,
Oh,
He called it O.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a weird.
we
We're not French, so
But yeah, it was. But the homies came. We took a shot, and yeah.
Hey, when all fails, take a shot.
And I actually wanted to keep going.
yeah."
Like it was a hard stop at 9 too.
No, I replied to him. I said, "You look checked out." He goes, "That was before the shots hit."
Yeah, man. It was fun though. It was a good time, man. Because like my girl came and I didn't want her to come because I was like, it's like, like it's like a hip hop party and like I don't know if you're used to that. She's like, what do you mean? Like I love hip hop. I'm like,
I love Fetty
like,
Wap.
She's just like Vegas clubs and shit. No, but she's like Vegas clubs and like like just like
Yeah.
I don't know. And like she walked in, she's like, I never knew anything like this existed in LA. Like
Wow.
this is amazing.
Yeah, I love.
Like, she loved it. I'm like-
Akon.
Yeah, she loves Akon.
Akon's amazing though.
Yeah, so yeah, it was fun, man.
That's
but yeah,
dope.
Nice.
so day one, I already broke my no drinking for a month.
Oh,
Oh man, I
New
told
Year's
you.
Day.
Yesterday was New Year.
True.
Have you drank? Oh, you haven't even. Yeah, it's on water.
Yeah, I've just been drinking water.
God damn, there you go. You started off the New Year with the water.
Yeah, man.
Last week was still December. Okay.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
That's how we rolling.
How are you doing over there?
I'm good. I'm actually good. Like my we didn't call them resolutions, call them goals, right? It's like I think like when you switch it to goals, they tend to last past like the first 2 weeks of January. Yeah. When it's a resolution, you check out.
Yeah.
But I think like resolutions is just like like a generic, like general, like I want to be better.
Yeah, it's like a blanket term.
Or Danny,
Yeah,
did you
but
have
when
any resolutions or goals?
Just content,
For the new
man.
year?
I really
More
want to
content?
focus. Yeah, Instagram.
Like more active social media and stuff?
Yeah, TikTok.
Okay.
Kind of got to lean into that now.
Yeah.
Dude,
and
TikTok is
rebrand.
tough,
Actually,
yeah.
I'm trying to like rebrand my name.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you about that. I saw that on your Instagram. I was like scrolling or whatever, and then I hit this. I didn't recognize this name. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I like follow someone. I was wasted, and then I went. I was like, and it was him, and I was like, "But what's the name?" I wanted to talk to you because I didn't get it right away.
So it's DJDYRE, DYRE.
Dyer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people hit me up like, yo, is this a fake account? I'm like, no, man, it's my real Instagram. So it's just my name shortened. So DY for Danny and then RE for Red, which is my last name's meaning Rojas. Yeah. Just to make it a little more marketable, like just easier to recognize.
Okay.
4 letters.
So Dyer.
Yeah, Dyer.
Okay, Dyer.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, wait, what is this? Okay, who is this? Okay, Dyer. Because I wasn't sure if it was Dyer or, I don't know. I was trying to sound it out and I couldn't do it. But yeah, what's the reason behind the rebrand? Because I want to, we're talking about rebrands, and I think reinventing yourself, all those things are important. It's funny because I had coffee with our good friend Izzo, which has been on the pod with Angie. He's like my longtime friend, but I always admire his way of thinking. So we had coffee, and he was like, he's always talked about rebranding and reinventing yourself, always, since for 15 years, bro. And he would always send me his idol, not idol, but his I guess his not reason for believing it, but he would always show me Bowie shit, David Bowie, and how he would rebrand.
Yeah.
So this morning, he sent me a clip, and it was like Gary V talking about content and how you supposed to keep up and switch up the content. He goes, some people always do the same shit, and it's just not interesting anymore.
It gets stale.
He goes, he goes, why do you think like Madonna, she was doing the whole how she was in the beginning, and then she fucking rebranded or reinvented herself into like more electronic, and like it was just an interesting thing because I was thinking about the rebrand shit, and then he sent me that. So anyway, yeah, that was like a whole 2 minutes of
Whole
nothing.
rabbit hole.
I fucking confused myself. But yes, reinventing is so fucking important, and I think a lot of people, and I thought about you too, because I think a lot of people are afraid to do it because what other people think.
Right.
That's a huge one.
Of course.
B, they think what they've been doing for so long holds too much weight or it has too much equity, which who fucking cares? Like, for example, like when on your bio, it had like formerly known as Danny Rojas.
Yeah.
I was like, scrap that. Like, you're too young to be formally known as anything.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that's actually
if you're going to
very true.
rebrand, fucking go hard. None of this formerly known made you like seem old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and I'm
actually
just
a
like,
great point.
like this is great. Like I'm
yeah.
just like what I see, right?
No. I'm hearing
And
it.
I do like that you have it now because it was like new, and and I was like, I only knew that was really your page because I saw that. I was like, okay, it's fucking Danny.
Yeah.
But I would say like starting February 1st, that's off the bio.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, that was already the plan to begin with. Was like I'm gonna be very quick with it. Like I'm gonna have the one post, and after like a set amount of time, I was gonna get rid of Danny Rojas and just phase it out completely.
So today on the radio, you just got off the air.
Yeah.
Were you
yeah, so we
Danny
actually
Rojas you
we
did
broke
it.
the news today, like on air, on
nice.
Power. Yeah. So
dope.
E-Man was like, oh yeah, like we were talking about my ex of all things, and E-Man was like, oh yeah, like his ex was dating Danny Rojas, not DJ Dyer.
Wow.
Okay.
No, the whole rebranding thing for me is just like I want to enter new markets.
Yeah.
Danny Rojas is long, it's just my name.
Yeah.
I had a great conversation with Drew Pierce about it, and he was like, yo, like you're starting to build a great name for yourself, but your name is like, it's long. He's just like straight up. He's like, you're a great DJ and everything, but Danny Rojas is just like a long name. Like you need something quick and recognizable. Yeah. And I've been thinking about it for a minute. And my main thing was like, I'm all about like making informed decisions and not being like hasty, I guess.
Yeah.
But also being able to like, you know what, I need to cut this and focus on whatever new venture there is. So DJDYRE, man.
There you go.
DYRE's a good name, man.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good for festivals, Vegas.
Right, exactly. It's just 4 letters. That's what my thing. I wanted it to be 4 letters. Like I think that's so
Easy
cool
to
have
remember.
a short name. Yeah. Like I am.
I am.
Literally.
Yeah.
2 letters, 4 letters. Like that was my main thing was I wanted it to be super short.
Yeah, and Danny's one of the guys we talk about often on the pod, and he was one of the guys I think I mentioned that I loved about him, that he was the youngest guy in the DJ world I met that knew history, that knew AM and knew like even like Siphonized Puro Party days and things like that. Like he fucking pulled up to our neighborhood market with the CD, and he bought it on Discogs.
Discogs, man.
Yeah, it was sick.
Puro Party Volume 1.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, how much was it?
27 cents.
That was actually kind of a lot. It was like $30.
Yo, it's crazy. Like CDs
Who's making
go for
money
dough,
off of
man.
us?
Yo, CDs, like old mix CDs. Like Mary Fashion was looking up his old fader mixes.
Yeah, and he
And
found
like
one.
the one
man.
the one he found was like what, $30 too, like, or 27 or some shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, damn, I'm not buying that.
I've been wanting to. I think you said you had it, the Buco breaks, man. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I have any more on vinyl, and I used to
have
have
it
tons.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I have like Volume 3 or something.
Volume 3. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even remember what was on it.
It had like sushi on the.
Yeah, they all did. That was kind of the thing.
Oh
Right?
shit.
Yeah. So Vice. So it was myself, Siph, Vice, and Echo did those party breaks, and DJ Vice's son. They used to love eating sushi at this place called Buco.
Oh.
And it was in Eagle Rock, right? Mm-hmm. It was called Buco. And was it sushi? It was
It was
kind of
Asian
like
food, but yeah.
it was
Like
it was
teriyaki and shit.
I think it was like teriyaki. Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
like
think it was teriyaki.
it was like teriyaki
Yeah.
chicken, like kind of like Japanese, but not like super authentic, but
Yeah, it's American. It's
very American. But it was called buko, and that's the reason we called it buko breaks.
That's crazy.
And I think buko it means big or something. Like it's like a big word. Like I think it means like big or huge or like that's the definition of it. I think so. That's the background of why it was called buko breaks, and that's why there's sushi on it because it was really
wild.
the name of a Japanese restaurant.
Yep.
I love learning stuff like that, man. You guys have such a crazy and like elaborate history. It's so
Man.
interesting.
Thank you. It's crazy because we were your age when we were doing it, and we were like just fucking going. Like we didn't have social media to like
Right.
see what other people were doing, and I think that was our biggest blessing. Is like we didn't fucking make party breaks because like we saw someone else doing it. We just
Right.
did what we loved, and like next thing you know, like we just kept figuring shit out, and it was harder because we didn't have access to learning things and access to knowledge and how to do how-to videos. We didn't
Right.
have any of that back then. We just had to figure it out, learn it.
Yep.
But shit was interesting, man.
That's amazing because you guys had so many like unique things that like helped identify your entire history. And I feel like now I'm kind of at like a disadvantage in a way because now every DJ, right, is like on TikTok or Instagram. And there's so many times where I've been like scrolling on TikTok and I see like a cool wordplay or transition. And I'm like, shit, like I wanted to do that. And I never did it.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, well, now I can't bite that because someone else did it.
yeah.
And
Even if
it's
it was an
saturated.
idea you already had, right?
Right,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
crazy.
There's a
Happens
lot of
quite
that.
often on TikTok too.
Yeah.
Actually, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that happens with anything, bro. Like even with design shit that I like have an idea to do, and then randomly through scrolling and like or seeing, and I'll see that idea already happen, and I'm like, whoa. It makes me feel good that I was onto something, but it bums me out that like, oh shit, it's already happened, already been
Literally.
done.
Yeah.
Which is like fucking.
So it's kind of like a race. It's like if you think of something, put it out or
Yeah, it's technology, man.
Yeah.
Like, everything just,
record it on, make content.
everything's instant. So like, every time someone puts something out, it's boom, right there.
And there's like DJ beef of like people that claim certain mixes,
yeah.
that
Oh,
who did it first and
man.
who did, and it's
DJ
just like,
Twitter's toxic, man.
I'm not on it, man. I just can't.
I'm not a
I don't
part
think
of
I can
that
handle
either.
it.
It's bad. I see so many DJs like, oh, so and so, was biting off of my routine and this and that. And it's like, if you really look at the history, you can't really even tell like who made it up. Like,
Yeah, it's
it's
hard.
that deep.
It's
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah.
Some are just obvious, like word
Super
plays or
obvious,
whatever.
yeah,
Like,
like, of
just
course people
the
are gonna
key
do
is
that.
in key and this and that, and just
Right.
like, like if you're a good enough DJ, you're gonna figure it out. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's probably Beat Breaker could give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, like in the edit world too.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure you like have an idea,
Oh, man.
and then like not even knowing, and someone else just did it. You're like, oh fuck, and it's not like sometimes some are like obvious, right? Like I hear a lot of like obvious wordplay or original to OG to new type thing, but like there's some that are more thoughtful that someone did, and you're like, how the fuck did we think of the same thing, right? It's crazy. Yeah.
And when I got to, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, but you did.
oh, you did.
When I was fortunate enough to compete in the Goldie Awards.
Oh, yeah.
And making up a routine was so hard because it was like I only had a couple days, and I was like, shit, like this was like happened by complete surprise to me.
When
So,
was the Goldies?
2021.
Okay, this
was
is
the
It was
second
the
one or
last
third
one.
one?
It was the last one that they
Oh,
did.
okay.
Because Miles at the first one, right?
Yes.
And
then
His-
there
was-
oh man, his routine was insane.
Oh yeah. It just randomly came up on YouTube the other day. We were watching it and we're like, damn, that was a good
Badass
routine.
routine.
So that was the
man.
third Goldies then, right? Or
Miles?
four? No,
Or
yours.
mine?
yours.
I'm not sure, to be
Okay.
100% honest with you, but yeah, I'm like pretty sure Miles won the
2021, they
first
probably
one.
skipped one during COVID, or they, right?
I don't
Was yours in
think
person?
they did a COVID one. It was online.
Yours
Oh,
was
yours
Well,
was
online.
online.
I did a battle in person. It was like a like a tryout, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I competed online.
Ah,
They judged me online.
okay.
But it was crazy, man. It happened actually at Complex Con. A-Trak posted like, yo, like whoever's down to come by and like try out for Goldie Awards to make it to semifinals, come to Complex Con.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, I wasn't gonna go to Complex Con, but now I want to go.
reason, yeah.
So I bought a ticket and I went. I was like straight after a street team hit, like I was still wearing my power gear.
Wow.
And I pulled up and I just did a little, very simple like beat juggle, some cuts, and A-Trak was there, and I was like, oh shit, like that's A-Trak. Like I'm such a huge fan of A-Trak.
That's A-Trak.
Yeah, literally. And he came up to me, and he's just like so chill and like calm. He's like, yeah, like that was pretty cool. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. Meanwhile, I'm like nerding out, like, oh my God, it's fucking A-Trak. And he's like, yeah, like, so would you be down to compete in the Goldie Awards? And I was like, oh shit, hell yeah, absolutely. So it was A-Trak and Babu that were like judging that.
Two
thing.
legends.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was at that
crazy.
Complex Con actually.
So much fun. Yeah, they had the whole Fool's Gold booth. They had like a neon sign. It was
I ran into
badass.
him that day too.
It was so crazy. Yeah. And from there, the rest is history. I made it to semifinals, competed, got smoked by Ease, and everyone.
Oh, the Ease was on.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Such
Ease,
a
where you at?
Man, cool, man, just ease.
Man, I just ease,
It was such a pivotal moment for me though, because
That's awesome,
I look
man.
up so much to Ease. Like my dad put me on to Ease's videos when he did Red Bull 3 style and like all that stuff.
All right, let's do it, man. Let's get into the history because this is fascinating to me. The fact that like even A-Trak is like your idol, and he was doing like winning battles before you were even thought of being born, right? Like
He was A-Trak was 15 years old.
15,
I think.
15.
one DMC.
Insane.
But I grew up watching VHS of A-Trak and fucking Craze and Beat Junkies
Craze.
and all these guys. So like I started DJing already like watching them in real time, right? Like
Right.
I'm not going back to the archives
Right,
of
right.
these guys. I was watching this in real time.
You got to see it unfold.
So you, fast forward, when did you start DJing?
So I learned I started learning very early on. My dad started having me start like practicing mixing and scratching when I was probably like 6 or 7.
Oh shit.
6 or
Yeah,
7. What
like
year was this?
Super young. So that would be like 2007
2007?
and 2008, like 2009, like around that age range. And he wanted me to DJ like so bad. Like
Your dad was a DJ.
He was a DJ. He was DJing like full time at that time and working at LA County. And he wanted me to DJ so bad that it actually turned me off from DJing.
Yeah. Wow,
Oh,
He
you
wanted
wanted
me
me
to do it.
parents.
Yeah,
You
when-
watched fucking Tiger Woods documentary and shit. Like,
It was that deal where it was like he wanted, he was making me practice my cuts and shit. And he did it so much to where I was like, you know what, I just don't want to do this. Like you're making me do it, so
That's
I don't want to do
interesting.
it.
6 and 7, you want to play with
shit.
toys and like video games. And
Literally,
shit.
like
Yeah.
I was playing Xbox and he'd be like, yo, how's your chirp coming along?
Damn, that's dope.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Damn.
That's literally
Yeah.
what people do, like for athletes, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
parents, like, yo, you're gonna be a pro fucking soccer player. Fucking, you're my 401k, bro.
But I'm
Damn.
actually very thankful for it because it gave me like a huge jump start very
no,
very
for real.
early on.
Okay, so when did you start liking it?
So I started really liking it around like junior high. So like 7th, 8th grade going into high school. It was when he kind of like backed away.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? Like I want to rediscover it just on my own.
Yeah.
I got a controller. He gave me a controller for my birthday. He got me a SR, the first generation DJ SR. And I was like, cool. Like I was practicing in my bedroom. I was getting better at mixing. And then it was when I started doing like my high school dances that I was like, yo, like
Yeah.
this
You were
is what I
hooked.
want to do.
Yeah,
like this
nice.
is insane.
Is it because the girls were like looking at you? or
Literally,
what?
yeah.
You're
like
like
all
the
the
cool
girls
kid.
talking
You're like,
about
yo,
me,
this
man.
gives attention. I'm the man. I'm the man of the hour right here playing. That's crazy.
Literally, that like started it for me, like where I was like, oh, like I want to take this serious. And a big part of that was like, I want to make sure that I learn about the history
That's
because I
awesome.
want to get into battling. That was my big thing.
Okay, so
Like,
that
I
was
wanna
your
battle.
thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was like from the jump when I first really started getting into it was like I started watching the DMCs. Red Bull 3 style was still happening, so I was all over those. And then at the same time, my dad was putting me onto videos because he started realizing I was picking up on it. So he was putting me on to like the DJ City cut rooms with Five. I remember
my
watching
God.
that video,
Oh,
man.
the
Like-
Vegas one, yeah.
yeah, the Vegas one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was such a big fan.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it was also power. I was learning about power because he was putting me on like, oh yeah, you need to watch out for this guy, Eric Dlux. Look what he's doing. Like, that's what you want to do one day.
Damn.
Oh shit.
So what type of a DJ was your dad? Was he into the battle scene? Was he playing parties, clubs?
So he never got super deep into battling. He did like a couple of like the small, like, you know, like the, what is it, Guitar Center battles like
yeah.
back in the day.
Okay.
But he was a big into the clubs at that time. So,
Wow.
I mean, my first time I went into a nightclub was probably 740 Globe Theater now, when I was like probably like 12. During the day, of course.
Yeah.
He was just going to pick up a check, but I got to see the nightclub.
Yeah.
And for
It's a
like the
big
rest of my
spot.
life, that like stuck in my mind. That memory of
Wow.
seeing like this massive nightclub and thinking like, oh wow, like my dad's DJing there every weekend was
That's
like
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I probably used to play with your dad. I used to play. He was Danny Rojas too.
Danny
the
Rojas.
DJ.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm sure, dude.
I think
I'm
he
100%.
told me
I'm sure
like
I played one a
he
couple
opened
times.
for you.
Really?
He opened for E-Man. Like he has pictures.
I
Yeah.
used to play 740 sometimes, and yeah,
It's crazy.
very
Was
drunk nights.
740 a power like club, whatever? You know, when you guys
Yeah,
came, like,
yeah, they would like advertise. Yep,
One of those spots.
yep. It was like a Power 106 type
Venue.
of spot.
La Mirage.
Yeah,
Like
like
Mirage,
yeah, very
man.
similar.
I
Yep.
only know that club from them, like talking about it.
Yeah.
That was my first residency.
La Mirage?
Yeah.
No way.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was my first. My friend, my friends were the promoters, and we started just like, bro, get in where you fit in. They wanted us to walk around and slap flyers on cars. We
Yeah.
would do it, or stand outside of clubs and pass out flyers. Pass out. We're little promoters.
Yeah.
That
Paying
is-
Danny
dues.
Dice, myself, my brother.
Oh shit.
We were under Generation X,
Ah.
which was like a party crew or promoters, and that's how I met Syph, because Generation X did a party with 437
Oh.
Juan Franco,
Oh yeah.
Dang. Yeah.
and they did a party together, and that's the first time I met Syph, and that was in 2000.
Wow.
no shit.
Damn.
So before you were born.
Yeah, that's true. Shit.
Yeah, so I'm sure I play with your dad, man. That's crazy. 740. So is your dad still DJing?
No.
Just
I mean,
kinda-
like just kind of like recreational.
Does
Like
he still have his records?
So it's actually a funny story. He had all his records at his mom, my grandma's house, and she thought because he wasn't using them that he didn't want them.
Oh my God.
So she threw away
shit.
literally like a wall of vinyl, probably as tall as this wall.
That's not a funny
Someone
story,
probably
bro.
did.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
heartbreaking story.
No.
He still heard
way.
about it to this day.
Oh man.
Gave him
Wow.
away?
No,
Or
she
threw 'em?
threw him away.
So like someone came
Threw
up
him
that
away.
day.
Yeah, someone
Oh,
definitely
my.
Probably
like,
drove by like, oh shit.
Did you guys have you guys told her that she could have made a couple $1,000s off that?
She knows. She knows.
Yeah.
I think my dad gave her a earful after that day.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Damn. What
Yeah.
about his turntables?
Right.
has
So, no. His original turntables he sold. It was funny back in the early 2000s. He actually sold his techniques for CDJs. And so he switched to CDJs for a little bit. And when I was first learning how to mix, it was on CDJs.
Okay.
And then he got over it, and he has turntables now.
Nice. Oh, he went back? Yeah, it's funny how you
Yeah.
go back to fucking.
Because he
I got
likes to
some
cut.
turntables.
He likes to
Okay.
scratch.
He can cut too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn. We should have brought him on the pod, bro.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
Does he listen?
He does actually. It's funny because I've been showing him how. I mean, you guys were talking about me with Nick Ferrer, and we ended up watching the whole episode together, and he loved it.
Nice. Nice.
cool.
So seventh grade, you get your first party.
Yeah.
What happens after that?
So I got my first party, and I'll never forget that party for the rest of my life because it was the same day or like the same weekend that I got braces. And I remember I was DJing the party, and my teeth were like hurting like crazy. And someone was like, yo, like, you hungry? Like, we got chicken and beans and shit. And I was like, dude, yeah, absolutely. But I can't really like eat anything.
Yeah.
So they brought me a plate of beans, and I don't know what I did, but I like, I'm trying to eat the beans, and I bite like hard, and my teeth hit, and I just
broke a
remember
bracket?
like I actually like teared up, huh?
You broke a bracket?
No. I was just like in so much pain because I bit down like I wasn't supposed to. It was like the worst pain
man.
imaginable.
Ruined your fucking night.
Yeah.
Damn.
But no, that first party, man. Yeah, I was DJing. I remember playing at the time. Coco, I think, was like a hot song. OT
OT?
Genesis.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Oh,
Was that
wow.
07?
No. This was actually, so I must be getting the dates wrong.
Oh no, wait. You said you started in 07.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
But no,
gig.
this was closer to like 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
My bad. That was my fault. You started 07.
Yeah.
And then the party. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't start doing like mobile DJing till about 2013, and I was playing Coco and all that. And it was cool. I mean, nothing happened from it. Nothing came of it. Like, it was my first gig for one of my homies. And it wasn't really until high school that I started getting into it again.
Okay.
Like, really, really, like, getting bookings, mobile DJing.
Damn, that's interesting, man. Like, I remember us growing up. Because I started DJing, like, I didn't graduate from high school, but while I was in high school. And I remember, like, Remark was, like, going to the same high school. He was 1 year older, and he would DJ at lunch. And like then Legends, I don't know if you probably don't know them, but they like a bunch of like South Bay, like Cerrito guys, they would come do all the parties, like Icy Ice and them. I don't think Icy Ice would be one of the guys that would come, but I would watch them be like blown away, like, yo, what is this? This is what I want to do.
Yeah, they came to Vegas for like one of those the Filipino like Phil-Am like groups for the university. And I wanted to go see them, and then I was just like, oh shit! It wasn't Ice Ice either, but it was Legend.
Yeah, because there was a ton of them. Like Gene Hove was part of them, right?
Yeah. Jay Solo was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember Jay Solo.
Yeah. Jay, and then I was just like, whoa, and that's when I met Rhetmatic and Key Cool for the first time. I was a kid too.
Yeah.
I was all your age.
Yeah, I wonder what it was like having a dad that like wanted you to do this. Like my dad was like, thought I was wasting my time, right? What the fuck are you doing? Turn this music off.
Same.
Like imagine.
My dad wanted me to be a lawyer.
Your dad wanted you to be a lawyer?
He's like, be a lawyer or nurse. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Damn, those are pretty extreme differences.
Filipino.
I think my dad just wanted me to like have a job.
Yeah, same.
Like, just work.
Yeah,
my dad
same,
was like,
yeah.
came from Mexico, like factory worker, and like to him, that's like that's what you need to do. Like it wasn't on some like, hey, it's funny because like my dad wasn't on some like, you got to be better than me. Like you were born here. Like you got to go to college. Like he would just like get a job and work. And I'm like,
survive.
The fuck?
Just survive.
No, he didn't have high expectations. Just pretty. I guess looking back was like kind of cool.
Yeah, I talked my parents into it. I was like begging, and I saved up lunch money, and then they kind of met me halfway, and got me my first Gemini. But
Nice.
Damn.
Gemini,
but they still didn't get it until like I started paying for
Gemini
the mortgage.
belt drive, those were the worst.
Yeah, terrible.
I had Gemini. I actually had Gemini direct drives. They came out with one.
Yeah, when it became direct drive, it's like
and I was
mine
like,
was belt,
these are
yeah.
hot.
you can even practice on those.
I mean, I did it.
Remember the blue Newmark turntables?
Oh my God.
They had the blue mixer, but then they had turntables too, and they were belt drive, and they were like, holy shit. You try to even cue a record and the whole plate just stops.
flies back.
Terrible.
Damn, like holy shit.
Fuck, man. Yeah, we struggled coming up.
I was fortunate. I got to skip all that.
I know, yeah, shit.
I was already pioneer like SZs and shit by the time I really got into it.
Damn. So did you ever have a moment? Because I think we're all fascinated by how we mentioned you doing your research and your history.
Yeah.
Did you ever just say fuck all these old fools? Like I want to be like fucking Calvin Harris? Because I'm guessing at the time when you like at your first party when Coco's out, that's the peak of that whole EDM boom, right? I'm guessing like the Vegas room switched in 2010.
Super big.
So 11, 12, 13, it was like big room EDM. You got Chucky, fucking all these guys.
My dad was actually really into it. It's funny.
He wasn't. Did he ever try to like tell you like, yo, fuck this battle shit. It ain't gonna make you no money. Go. Not that it doesn't, but like it's like in that day, right? Like it was just like the obvious. Like it was transparent how much money these guys were making. So imagine like if your dad was the guy that wanted you to become a DJ. Did he ever say you need to start producing EDM, or did he just still let you do your thing on the turntable stuff?
It was like a mixture of both. Because to this day, he still tells me he's super into like house music, EDM. I mean, he was making mixes still at that time, so he had some crazy EDM mixes back then. And,
Well, back then it was just house mixes.
yeah.
It wasn't even called
yeah,
EDM.
it was
EDM,
still
yeah.
just house, right? Or like blog house, that type of thing.
Blockhouse,
okay.
and then after that was like it's called electronica,
Right.
electronic music, electronic dance, dirty Dutch.
They changed the
know?
names. Like,
But
it's
it was
like,
like
yeah,
dance,
like it
yeah.
evolved into.
I don't even know what it's called anymore, man. Some of the shit I play.
No, 100%. Because he knew that was big at
Yeah.
that moment, but I had gotten so stuck on DJ AM. That's why I talk.
So how
about
did
him
you
so
get
much.
up on AM?
So my mom is a huge fan of AM.
Okay.
Both my parents saw AM multiple times,
Yeah.
and they would always talk about it. So growing up, I would listen to my mom talk about, like, I remember seeing Iron Man 2, and my mom and my uncle took me, and my mom wanted to see it just because AM was in it.
Really?
Like, she
Oh,
didn't even like Iron Man. She just wanted to see AM.
Damn,
Like,
that's
that was
crazy.
the boy. Yeah. And so hearing about him so much, I was like, man, like, who's this guy? So I looked him up, and once that happened, it was like around the same time that the movie premiered. The movie came out. I was like in it. Like, I was in the rabbit hole. Like, okay, like, this is how I want to go about things. And that's when I started learning about like Dexstar and Scam Artists. And then my dad took me to my first DMC. So I got to see DMC happen with the Beat Junkies.
Damn, I've never
And-
been to a DMC.
Oh my God, it was
Yeah, I
insane.
never been. I went to ITF.
Yeah?
Yeah, in like '97.
TF, man, that's another legendary battle.
yeah.
But it kind of all came together at the same time, like what I was being exposed to. So during the same time of like EDM having its huge peak, I was just hypnotized by like this crazy open format hip hop that I was learning about at that time.
And that mashups, was like the mashup
music,
era and
yeah,
all that?
all that.
Damn, that's so crazy, bro. And how did your parents get into AM? Just
Well, my dad.
obviously your dad.
Yeah,
but how
my
did
dad
your
was
mom?
in the scene at the time. My mom, she was just a fan. Like, she just, really liked his. I remember listening to his old mixes and stuff, like on CDs back in the day. And it was funny. My dad tries to deny it, but back in the day, he used to kind of hate on AM because he would
Really?
be like, "Oh, like his cuts aren't that good." And I remember it. He tries to play it off. But he used to talk.
It's crazy
smack.
because I thought the same because like when I heard him cut, I was like, oh, it's just crabs and shit. But he kind of made it his own signature style.
Yeah.
When you heard that scratch, you
That
knew
pattern.
it was AM. You know,
You still hear that scratch.
You still hear it.
Yeah.
There's a,
So
there's a
good, yeah.
generation of DJs now or out still that like were very influenced by AM, and you can tell because by the way they scratch, and they scratch exactly like them.
But man, he
100%.
was so clean with it.
Yeah, he had that one pattern down where it was
Yeah.
just like and then he would just go into a full crab.
Yeah,
It was, I learned those patterns like so quickly, and it was at that time where I was like, I want to learn how to do that scratch.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, like then I was learning how to crab and all that shit. And it was funny because in high school, my dad had an S9 with Techniques, and I had gotten kind of lazy where I was just kind of like, cue point, mixing, echo out, whatever. And he actually sold the S9, and we only had a 57.
And then you're like, fuck,
Like,
I'm limited.
It forced me to learn though. Like, I'm so glad that
Got
happened
it.
because it was like, now I can't rely on reverb and all that crap.
Yeah.
Like I had to learn how to outro without an echo and that type of thing.
Wow.
So,
Damn, that's dope.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that, bro. That's why I was like, man, we got to I wanted to get him on because the DJs we meet now that are young just don't fucking understand, bro. They just don't get it. And I feel like the more and more I see people are like coming up to me like, yo, I want to start DJing or I DJ now. And why? It's because of money.
Yeah.
They see money. They know how much money DJing can make you. They don't know what the bullshit we deal with or to even get to that type of money, but they just see the money. And they're like, and that's what I love about you, man. Like we when we first met, you were always just like giving love and being super nice and never asked, yo, how do I get into, you've never asked for a help, ever, never. And dude, like so many people are like, yo, how do I want to start DJing. How do I break into Vegas? Like,
Right.
how do I get on Scam?
Man, you're missing about like
How
10
about-
years there.
How do I mix two songs?
Yeah.
It's they don't, no one wants to put in that work, man. And
Yeah.
you're like, obviously you're a rare case because your dad was a DJ, but man, I really appreciate that. And I'm not like against the other way either, because like it's not their fault, right? Like
No,
if
that's what
someone
they
starts
see.
DJing and what they're exposed to is the the marshmallows of this, like so be that's fine too, like that's their generation, that's their
100%.
that's what they strive for, that's their idols, it's just it's dope that you got a taste of both, because man, like that's like gold that you got to do it.
No, I'm very thankful for the way things kind of like panned out, because it was honestly a lot of it was like the right place at the right time type of thing.
So what are some of the things that you're aspiring for? Like what's some goals that you have? Because I know you're on Power 106 now,
Right.
And to me that was an interesting thing too, because like young DJs,
They don't care about radio.
they don't
man.
care about radio
at all.
at all.
Yeah. So that was a big part of.
Was this your dad's dream for you to be on Power?
No, actually, it's funny you say that, because he was actually kind of against it. He was like, "Yeah, FM radio, like you just leave it behind." I was like, "There's so much more to it, though, because it's gonna help me build connections. It's gonna give me a brand that I can kind of attach my name with." Like it was a little more methodical. Like I try to be very, very like methodical about how I go about things, connections, like everything has like a reason basically. So with Power, the idea was I'm looking up to these DJs like Eric Dlux and Five, Big Syph, all these guys, and a lot of them started at Power. That was the thing, was like they started at Power. My
Vice.
favorite DJ AM started at Power. Vice. Like I look up to you guys so much. And it was because of like the way you went about things. You started on Power, you were there, you had a show, like you grew there, and it evolved into something like amazing, and which is a DJ career, right?
Yeah.
Which is the goal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the key word there is, this is going to be like, started there, right? As long as you have an exit, and I love all my radio family, but like, I think some people spend a little too much, and there's people that evolve to like different roles, which is fine too.
Right.
More behind the scenes stuff.
Of course.
But man, like I highly recommend do it till you feel time's up, right?
Yeah.
All right. I learned, like, it's your college.
Right.
Go meet
That's the
people.
way I see it.
Yeah.
It's
Go
like
meet
learning.
people, go learn. And then when the opportunity comes for you to exit, please.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that like talking shit, because like I appreciate what radio did for me, but I'm glad I left when I did, because other opportunities and doors open.
Right.
When you feel comfortable and confident enough to leave a situation. Because when I left Power, it was at a time where Power was still important. Not that it's not important anymore.
No, yeah.
But it was different, way different back then. So when I left,
Bigger overall.
no one has ever left.
Yeah.
Everyone's been fired from there. Like no one has just like, it's time for me to move on. So people were looking at me like, what are you doing? Like no one just leaves a show,
Of course.
So I don't know, man. I trusted my ability, and it worked out.
Did you wake up one day and was just like, you know what? It's gonna be my last day today. I don't want to be on. I don't want to be on
Probably
radio
for
anymore.
5 years.
And you quit, and you remember you went back too.
I went back.
Oh.
I
Was gonna say you were
I'm
there
comfort-
like in 2014, right?
I went back because I was producing again. Very heavy producing, and
14
like
like
fucking
15,
turning
16.
down gigs to produce. Like, I need to be in the studio. Blah.
Damn.
And I felt like you felt like there's a place that you can meet people. I love my first radio run. It was incredible. That was like my college years, blacking out on the air, getting fired, almost getting fired because of Lil Jon.
I've heard so many stories. about stuff you
There's
guys were
stories.
doing back then.
It was amazing. It was amazing. When I was on the radio for the first time, I didn't want to be on, and that was the right reason, because we started having fun with it. But we didn't want to be on.
Right.
Vice and Echo are like, you should be on the radio. Nope. Fucking Vice is like, bro, we're going to record a demo at the house. We went to Vice's house and
No
we were
way.
up till 3 a.m.
That's crazy.
And I told Syph, I was like, bro, let's just record. We were like, no. Let's go to Blockbuster. Yep. We're going to go rent a movie, a physical VHS. or it might have been DVD.
Oh man.
But that was what our plan. We were gonna watch a movie, and inside Blockbuster, Vice is like, he goes, "Wait, don't we have to record a demo tonight?" We're like, "No." He goes like, "Bro, I'm gonna slap you." Then we used to slap each other back then. He goes, "I'm gonna slap you." We're doing it, and then yeah, we went back to his house. Dude, we didn't know what we were doing, and we record. No, be yourselves. Like, I don't know how to be ourselves. And then they kind of forced us to not be ourselves. It was like very confusing. And then, yeah, a week later we're on the air, and that's just kind of how. And then I had to, like, I'm really good at not knowing anything but figuring it out. Like, if something breaks at the crib that I've never done before, like, I will fix it somehow.
I relate to that so much.
Bro, cameras, the craziest electronics in the house, like, I literally installed it myself.
Free YouTube too, huh?
Badass.
Nah, but I need YouTube. Yeah, I'm down with YouTube. I need the YouTube, but you still gotta do it, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
Or even pre-YouTube, figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I feel that.
just
100%.
So, bro, like we were talking about La Mirage. I used to open for Vinyl Dave, and then I would get like headliners slots, and fucking they would be like, "Hey, can you say last call for alcohol?"
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it.
Oh my God.
Oh, you would get like
I was very shy as a kid, was super quiet, like couldn't, bro, a microphone, zero chance. I was on the street team, just a DJ. I would never host.
Bro,
Never.
wow.
I'm just
You were just DJing.
DJing.
Yeah.
And if I would host, I'd be like fucking up and shit. I turned into another person. Like, I would just go in there and black out and like just, and then like my mom would be like, "Who's this? That's not you on the radio." Like, "Yeah, that's me. I don't know." I don't know. Even like I was talking to Rebreaker earlier, like even with this podcast, like I just do it and I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. Like, obviously sometimes it's obvious, but but I was listening to the Stone Rock one and I was watching it like I was listening for the first time. Because shit he was saying, I don't remember him saying it to me in real time.
It didn't click in your mind in the moment.
It's crazy.
Oh, damn.
Like he was saying some scientific shit.
Yeah, he was going in.
It's also that.
No, but I get what you're
he
saying,
speaks
though,
another
yeah.
language. Bites fucking your I don't know.
Man, I ate a cookie before watching that podcast, and you guys made me regret
How
that
dare
shit
you.
so much.
How dare you eat a cookie?
I'm like, damn, I'm eating this fucking cookie, and they're going
You
on
can
about
enjoy
sleep
yourself once in
tracking.
a
And oh, that was
Hey,
funny.
eat your cookies, bro. You know what it is? It's balance.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
balance,
of
bro.
course.
If you have a salad for lunch and then you want a cookie, have
Eat
a
a
cookie.
cookie.
That's yeah.
If you have a fucking Big Mac with supersized fries and a Coke and then you have a cookie,
maybe not have the cookie.
maybe not the cookie.
I measure in like food and like by miles and shit. So like, all right, I'm gonna eat this cookie. It's 350 calories. That's a 5K run I have to do to make up
Damn.
for this cookie.
yeah.
So if you want to eat a cookie and a Big Mac, that's 6 miles you gotta run, or an hour and a half on the tread.
I'll tell you, I'm not eating a Big Mac then. I don't like to run.
That's
Or
a
whatever.
great way
Wait,
to break it down.
how many miles is if I eat a cookie? Could probably do that.
It would be 3.5,
3 miles?
3.5 miles.
Damn,
Hard
for
to burn
one
calories,
cookie?
man. 300 calories.
A big like cookie is 350 calories.
Wow.
No, I went to the gym the other day.
Levain 600.
Damn. I went to the gym the other day. I'm on the treadmill. And then it says like calories burned. It was like
Yeah.
90. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's not even like,
All the time, man.
that's
I
not
do that at
even
the
like
gym all
one
the time.
bite.
Yeah.
I've been running for like 40 minutes and it says only like 400 calories. I'm like,
Bro,
that's
crazy.
crazy. That. Like, it might even just be like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
like,
man. It's
Interesting.
goes to show, man. You just-
No.
So what are some things that you are looking forward to doing? Like right now, are you just in the moment having fun? Because I think that's cool too. Like I said, like you're never asking people how to do this or how do I get in here? Like you're just having fun on the radio. Like, are you kind of just winging it and see what comes from it? Or do you have like a plan? Are you the type that goal sets and you're like, all right, I'm going to give radio a chance until 2026. And then if I don't do this till then, You know, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
are you a
Yeah.
planner?
I'm 100% a planner. I'm all about like goals, having goals, reaching them, and moving forward. Kind of exactly like what you're saying. I mean, let my rebrand be kind of an example of that, where it's like I'm not like opposed to, you know, finding the right moment where it's like, okay, this worked out, and I'm gonna take it at that, and you know, do something else. So like so far, everything in my DJ career has been planned out. Radio is very much a plan where it's like I'm still building my name around the industry, and you know, kind of what you were saying earlier, like the industry is very humbling at the same time because it will always remind you like you ain't shit. Like,
For sure.
Let me tell you, man, some people that
call,
call your phone right now, the moment you leave the radio, they ain't calling your phone no more.
and
bro.
they're not gonna answer my text,
And they're not
Absolutely.
answering your text.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
The-
They don't care about you.
But it's also very transparent where you can usually really easily tell like, oh, like that person doesn't really care. Like they're not a homie. They're
Yeah.
just, you know, they're using you for XYZ.
Yeah.
And I think just kind of moving in a way where I'm always cognizant of that, you know, always paying attention, always trying to build the right connections, but also keeping a friendly distance with certain people has helped me progress tremendously. At the end of the day, I'm still kind of trying to follow that DJ AM path where it's like he was the most humble guy in the world, right? At least so they say.
Yeah. He was.
And
yeah.
I love that. Like that, if there's any takeaway I could have from AM and his entire, you know, ideology and what he did in his history, it's that no matter how big he got, he was the most humble guy in the world. That means more to me than the industry ever will.
And also, he like really loved this shit.
Yeah.
That to me, it was like,
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like when I'm at home practicing for 2 hours trying to learn the swing flare, there's nobody watching me.
Yeah.
I'm not getting views. It's not content. I'm not recording it. I'm doing it because I love it.
wanna-
Like
yeah, and you wanna-
I'm listening to
you wanna master
Gangstar
it,
like
yeah.
because I love it, not
Yeah.
because it's cool or hot.
You're supposed to listen to it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like
how long did you think and plan out your rebrand? Like, was that like a overnight thing, or is this something that you've had in the works, and you said, all right, you know what, the beginning of 2024, new name, new year, new name?
No, it had been planned out for quite some time because I already knew, as much history as like I hold personally with Danny Rojas, just because it was like my dad's DJ name. It wasn't somewhere that's super like industry friendly, I guess. There's only so much marketing you can do with like a full name, right? I'm thinking like
I disagree.
well, but
Look
yours
at
is like
Calvin Harris, David Guetta.
true.
You know
Is that
those-
their actual names?
their names.
Scratchy's got a point, man.
You know what I mean?
No, I get that, but their names.
Yeah.
They
Like
are.
I'm saying, like it could be made up names. Like there's a couple people I know
Yeah.
that have made up names. But
I don't think John Summers is his real name.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Summit.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
Who knows? But I'm,
I
Dylan
was-
Francis.
I was
Is that his
talking
name?
with someone the other day, this someone I work with in programming at Power, and she actually mentioned you because I was telling her about it, pitching the idea to her, and she was like, "Well, you look up to Eric Dlux. His name's Eric."
That's what I'm saying.
And I was like, "That's a good point." But
I'm Team Danny Rojas, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to like fuck your planning up, but
no, you're good. It's just
How about Daniel Rojas?
Daniel Rojas. I think is
how
cool
about
too.
Danny Red?
Danny
I was thinking
Red,
that too. Danny Red. Yeah.
My
Danny
dad-
Red's hot.
Oh,
Danny
John
Red's
kinda
Summit.
has
John
that,
Summit
like-
is John
Your dad
Walter
has that
Schuster.
name?
My dad, he goes by D-Red now. That's like his house
okay.
producer name.
I'm Team Danny Red, bro.
I was just thinking like my goal, right, is to get to places that are probably not going to be so open to that name, Danny Rojas. So I'm
Got
thinking
it.
like if I see flyers, right, and I won't name any nightclubs in particular, but I'm looking at the names on the flyers and it's like, they're all very DJ oriented. Like they're just
Yeah.
objects,
Yeah,
or
DJ
like-
5.
I'm just thinking like, I want to DJ at these places one day. Like I want to get to that point and I want to make it so that I'm not obviously not easy. Like I'm not trying to cut corners, but I want to make it so that it can happen one day. Like I want to make it approachable. I want to make it an actual idea. And I'm very big on the idea of like, you decide when to take the first step in anything. Like say I want to win a battle, that starts today. I'm going to go home and practice.
Yeah.
Like it's not, oh, you know, when I get to that point, like I don't like procrastinating on things. So
That's good, man, because
I'm
I'm a
very big on
huge
that.
procrastinator. I don't know how to spell it, but I do it. That's good, man.
Yeah, man. That's the
awesome.
idea. It's just I try to plan things out. That's all.
Wait, so she was like Eric's name. So what you didn't go with her advice?
No, I didn't. I was like, you know, I was like, that's a good point, and you're right. But, you know, just thinking it's also content wise. Like I'm approaching new markets with like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, where I really want that to like have some steam behind it and grow not like a fan base, but just have a name. You know,
a
out
fan
there.
base. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid of a fan base, bro.
So that's the idea, really. I mean, I had my first TikTok the other day, and it performed pretty well.
That's good.
Nice.
I was
That's
surprised.
the taco one.
Yeah, the goodness, all the
awesome.
bangers.
Yeah, that's good. That was
I was really surprised. It got like 600 likes, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Nice.
Yeah,
I
no, that
don't get
was dope.
600 likes on Instagram.
Nah, man. I think we talk about that all the time. It's just like I'm not the best at like content and shit, but at one point I was. Get older, you check. You know, things change. You know, and
Yeah.
that's cool too. Like, I think, like we said earlier, like people are afraid to change because of what people think, right?
Right.
Even the way you dress, like someone would be like, the fuck, you didn't used to dress like that. Yeah, but like, it's fine.
Same
Like
age,
you're
yeah.
supposed to evolve. You're supposed to grow.
You grow as a person.
That's what you're supposed to do in life. When people are just stuck with one look, one mentality, there's other people that just don't go anywhere in life, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
I try to adapt as much as possible. I think that a lot of it can be taken down to that. Like I try to adapt anywhere that I can. When I first joined the street team, I had to adapt to the street team, and I had to get used to those DJs, and I had to learn how to like handle those events that we were doing. You know, whether it be WSS or DJing at Def Jam for you know an artist. Like you have to be able to quickly adapt as a DJ. I think in general, you know, not even just as a new 2024 DJ. A lot of it comes down to timing, of where it's like the right moment at the right time. And if you're put in a spotlight at the right time in front of the right people, it's your job to make sure that you manage it appropriately.
Have you DJ'd for an artist?
Yeah, a couple. Well, I just did the Brown Bag Pod show recently, and man, everybody, there was OT Genesis, Little Rob.
Oh, they had an actual show?
Yeah, and
Oh,
they
wow.
had like 5 artists.
Oh, wow.
That was so much fun. Before that, I DJ for like Designer, Kaylin for real one time. Actually, a couple times, Kaylin.
Like you did their performance?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. It was dope, man. Like I've never like tour DJ'd or anything.
Is that a route you would want to go or not really?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I feel like it was more viable maybe a few, like, you know, in the early 2010s or early 2000s, because that was like a goal, right?
Yeah.
Like I always heard about you guys talking about like how it was a goal to be a tour DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think things have shifted more in DJ's favor, where it's like it's not completely, you know, out of the world to want to be a DJ and headline your own events
Mm-hmm.
or, you know, nightclubs.
Yeah, I think it's really tough for you to tour with the artist and have your own career. Like someone like Chase B that does Travis, like he did a good job at like becoming his own guy, you know?
Right.
And working for Travis helps, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
but like he has his own thing going. And there's a lot of guys that just tour with the artist and that's their life.
And that's it. Yeah.
That's it. And they
that's,
don't
I don't
really-
want to do that.
Yeah.
For any avenue, actually, at that. And DJing, like a lot of the things that I try to do don't intersect at all. Like turntablism, I love. That doesn't work at clubs.
No.
And the clubs that I'm DJing, even the genres, like I'll go do a Latin club and then an EDM party and then a hip hop party. Like those have no intersection whatsoever. So I think being able to like recognize them as different routes is also
You
really
adapt.
important.
I think a lot of the
Yeah.
guys you look up to, I was at the Palladium when he played with Jay-Z.
Oh man,
was
that's
there.
crazy.
And then A-Trak,
Yeah.
Kanye, right? A-Trak's one of the guys that I like really look up to because incredible DJ. But you know me, I'm like big on like, what else do you fucking do? Like
Right.
Diplo, same way. Like I'm fascinated with like Mad Decent, I'm fascinated with Fool's Gold,
I love Fool's Gold.
Mad Decent's fucking. What was their party? Because who had a
Block
block
Party?
party? That was Block
Yeah,
Party.
Mad Decent.
And then Fool's Gold's Day Off.
Day off.
You know,
Yeah.
we always wanted to have a HMC's ditching party. I don't know, something. But
That'd be
like
crazy.
I love that those guys just do a bunch of stuff. They build companies, they build brands.
Right.
And A-Trak was like, I wanted to do a HMC store a while ago, and it was inspired by the Fool's Gold in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Never went, but I saw it online. I was like, that's the coolest thing. Their
start-
office in the back, little record store, little knickknacks, so boom, 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 hot.
Badass, yeah.
It's badass.
It really is.
Yeah, so A-Trak is like one of the guys that
Early
you know
too.
you would see. Yeah,
Early
you
on,
would see he won the battles. That's the thing you wanted to do, and then he DJ'd for Kanye,
He kind of did it all, if you really think about it.
produced.
Tour DJ, produced
Festivals.
huge songs.
Do you
festivals.
produce?
I do a little bit.
You do?
Like not in any sort of professional way, but I definitely have goals in producing
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, you got to pump those numbers up.
Yeah, 100%. Right now, my main thing is edits. I make a lot of my own
That's
edits
good.
sometimes in the club.
That's Beat Breaker. We know him from his edits. That's
Facts.
literally how he got our attention.
Years and years,
Brought
too,
him
man.
on, brought him part of the gang, and like produces his own stuff too. Like I think introducing a name with edits is a great way to get people's attention, especially DJs, because DJs are playing your shit.
Of course.
I would always see Beat Breaker's name, and without even hearing it, download it.
Yeah.
Without even hearing it, play it out, because you just knew his name works. Like it's gonna be. He knows rooms. He knows the energy, and it's gonna be something that works for me in Vegas, right?
Facts.
And when you get the trust like that from DJs, you get that for your original production too. So I think that's a great way for you to approach it. Is just start with edits, learn the Ableton as much as you can, and then maybe remix something unofficially as an introduction, and then fucking to the moon with your
Let it
own
fly.
original.
Like I said, man, I mean, it's all about approaches for me. I dissect everything like super, I try to be very like critical of myself and have different routes. So I fully agree. I mean, that's kind of like the approach that I'm having now is just like, I'm trying to get my foot into every door that I can and maintain it and grow in all of those fields, as much as possible. And
Give us some of the ways you like plan and goal set.
so with anything, like it all starts as just like an idea, right? I watch something and I'm like, oh, you know what? I think I want to try that. And that's really all it comes down to is once I see something and I'm like interested in it, it's like, all right, like I'm going to sit here and I'm going to figure out how to do it by any means necessary.
Nice.
And, it's actually a great example. You brought up a Beat Breaker. One of the first times I got to go see a Vegas nightclub in person, like on the stage, was Beat Breaker at a marquee.
Oh, shit.
And it was insane. Like I learned so much watching him DJ because it's a whole other animal than the clubs in LA.
Oh,
Very,
yeah.
very different.
Not
And
even close.
no, like at
Should we
all.
get-
Like just
Should we get Beat Breaker on right now? Want to switch real quick?
He's shy. He's shy. You got to pee? Wow. Was this last year?
This was last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you're only 22, so that better be the answer.
That's crazy,
About to
man.
get Marquis in trouble, bro. Sneaking in with a fake ID. No, I'm just kidding.
no, never.
Wait, so was that your first time in Vegas or first time at a club seeing someone?
So that was one of the first times like being on a stage in Vegas. Before that, it was Just Incredible, also at Marquee. And that's it. I just saw Just Incredible on the stage and then Beat Breaker. And it was great to me because there was two different types of DJs that I got to see in Vegas. Slay. Like the crowd was responsive the entire time. And I was
Man,
like, oh
Energy
my
from this
God.
guy, man.
Yeah,
He's so
like-
quiet, and you wouldn't when
Whole
he's
other
on the
world.
mic, commanding the room, like, and just all the edits and
I
remixes he
was
plays.
lost.
It's
Like
insane.
I was so like just this is like this is DJing, right? Like it was like this is real shit. This is what I love.
I think the thing about Vegas is like you get so spoiled with the crowd. Like there's nothing like it. Like people are there for one reason only. It's to fucking party.
Right.
Rage
And, like,
spend money.
They're
Right.
just it's like unbelievable just the way they are like I tell people all the time, humbly, like, no one knows who the fuck we are, bro. Like, I don't care what. Like, no one in the club is there to see me, and I know that, and I'm 100% okay with that. I have no ego. Like, oh, they booked me. Everyone here is for me. Like, no, they're not. You know, unless you are a ticket seller, unless you are
Calvin
Tiesto,
Harris or something. Yeah.
then yes. Other than that, you are just the one they hired to be an employee,
Right.
to play the room, and they trust you because you do a good job, great job in the room, and that's what we do, right? We know how to work these rooms. But man, when you play for these clubs and they're just singing along and like
It's insane.
going with your flow, it's the best feeling.
That's the best.
It's
That's
the
that's
best
what I
feeling.
try to chase. I think that's what DJs in general try to chase, is that feeling of like you're playing a song and you can, hit the filter and hear them screaming it.
Yeah.
That's like the best feeling in the world.
You also have to deal with the bullshit.
Yeah.
You also have to deal with someone flipping you off because
Right. Or
they don't know who the hell you are,
While
and
you're
you're
doing-
playing
yeah.
something they don't want to hear.
And you're doing a sing along, right? And then management comes like, hey, this table wants hip hop. You just got to figure it out how to get back into, get into hip hop.
Right.
And then still holding the crowd. And then, it's either, it's fun. Like Vegas is fun like that, man. And it's not always busy like Marquee though. Cause we have not,
Marquis been insane.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Tao. That's the other place that I went
Tao.
to. I
Yeah,
saw
Tao stays
Spider.
busy.
I saw Spider at Tao.
but
And
there's
that
been,
was insane.
yeah,
Sorry,
there's
guys.
also like big clubs in Vegas when I walk in and it's like the room's half empty, but
Right.
and that's when you gotta work extra hard.
Extra hard. Yeah.
I like your fucking gallon a day got you peeing too much
Yo, honestly,
Too much water.
I'm next.
That's the con of
That's why
drinking
water.
too much
water.
water.
I need a sip
I
of my
chill
water
from
right now
drinking.
too.
Shit.
Yeah, but no, Vegas is such a magical place where like it's kind of hard to go DJ anywhere else after that because even like you said, you can always rely on someone singing along, right? But
Right.
you go try that in a different market.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
Like
happen.
I say, you're like, bro, you play
Get
in
that.
LA, like,
Yeah.
what's my favorite word?
But
I'm
back
not.
to
I
my-
will
yeah.
not dare mute that out.
But even like I'm saying, like even like in a half empty room, the energy's still there because there's a party.
See,
but you
that's-
just got to work though.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's-
sorry, was that one of his goals to DJ in Vegas?
no, he was saying how
Oh.
how the first time he seen Beat Breaker play.
Oh, got it.
But absolutely, my thing right now is like eventually soon. I mean, obviously not soon, but I want to step out of LA to try and experience different markets because I know it's different everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
there's not just Vegas. There's also like New York, or even like you see crazy shit going on now in like Mexico with like papas and beer and stuff
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I've
wow.
done
A
that.
lot of crazy
actually.
stuff going
Yeah.
on.
I've done poppers
Spring
and
break.
beers.
See,
Wild.
that's wild.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
I used to have some wild nights in
Oh,
San Felipe, Rosarito, Iggy's, and all these spots. Holy shit. Good times. Scary, but good times. I have a crazy story. The first time I think we're in Rosarito at Iggy's, and it was like Echo was DJing there, and it was like a big power night. This is like years ago. And I went with him, and it was him, E-Man, Mr. Chalk,
Wow.
and one more person. I forgot who.
Man was at Iggy's.
Yes, bro.
can't picture that.
E-Man,
That's
Chalk,
crazy.
Echo, and one more person. I forgot who it was.
That's
I
wild.
don't know, maybe it was. I forgot. I don't think it was Koki. It was someone. And then after the club, we all go have our fourth meal. We all go eat shrimp burritos.
Oh my
From
God.
like a street vendor. And this is my first
man.
time like meeting Chalk, meeting E-Man. And I'm here eating as a young kid. I was like 20, 21, eating shrimp burritos with Mr. Chalk. And that was my connection to him. So when I got on the street
dope.
team, every time I would see him, I'm like, fuck this Mr. Chalk. And he would bring up the burrito or I'd bring up the shrimp burrito. Hey, when we gonna get some shrimp burritos? But that was cool. It was like my thing that I'll never forget, like enjoying a shrimp burrito with
That's cool.
Mr. Chalk.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
You were 21 then?
Yeah. I was 20 or 21 because I got on Power at 22 and I wasn't on Power
Oh,
yet.
you weren't even on Power yet.
No.
Oh, so you're still street team.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know Chalk. Not even street team.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, this
Damn,
is before
that's
street
crazy.
team.
Oh, shit.
That's why I was like, oh my God, it's fucking Mr. Chalk. And then I think at my interview for the flavor unit for the street team, at my interview, it was during the noon mix and Chalk was doing it. And I went to say hi to him, and we talked about the shrimp burrito.
Oh, so you were there just because you were Echo's guest? Like you just came with Echo?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just wanted me to go to
Just to hang out with
Yeah,
him.
because I know
Yeah.
Spanish, and he was just like, "Yo, roll with me."
Ah, okay.
Nice.
In case we get pulled over, you know, which I think we did actually. But yeah, it was.
Oh shit.
I was just rolling around because I met Echo when I was like 18, 19. So
Yeah.
he would just take me everywhere with him, like how you said the first time you what would you say the first time you walked somewhere and you'll never forget it? I forget you just said that.
With into the nightclub at 740.
Oh, at 740.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was me at Power, right?
That's
like I
crazy.
went with Echo to do a mix during Felly's show when Felly first started, and I was like, bro, it's like smell like an office.
Yeah.
I just remember the smell, and I was like, damn, this is a kid that I'm not used to office life. My dad worked my mom actually had a office job, but it had that same vibe where like I remember going into like the mail room at my mom's job and like seeing boxes of pens and highlighters, and I'm like, they just have boxes like this? Like you could just take one? She's like, you want a folder, you want pencils, you want a highlighter, you want some paper? Like take it. And I'm like, wait, I could this is free? It was like, oh shit. And I went to the mailroom with Echo, and I was like, damn, I saw some paper, I saw some box of pens, and I was like, yeah, this is like tight. Anyway.
I remember having the same feeling when I first got hired on the street team.
Yeah, right. Did you audition? Like, what was your process to get?
It was a little different because I got hired like near the end of COVID. So it was still like lockdown-ish. So it was actually kind of funny. I didn't even interview in the station. I actually interviewed at Los Amigos, the restaurant right next to it.
Los Amigos. Oh, right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
It used to be
Restaurant
called
right
Michael's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done drunk karaoke there many times. Actually, fuck it, bro. Another little history lesson. We're on the air, got off the air, went right across the street to Michael's, me, Syph, Johnny Barba, fucking Liz Hernandez, Reflex, E-Man, Nick Ferrer. It was everyone.
Damn, everyone.
And guess
gang.
what we were watching? Game 7, Lakers, Celtics, when the Lakers won.
Wow.
That's
Right
crazy.
fucking there, bro. That was what, 2009 or 10?
Fuck, I don't remember.
Probably 10.
It was like remember when they won that Game 7? It was like, I think it was like 09 or 2010, one of those.
Yeah.
Because I remember
That's
I was still
badass.
on Power, and I remember right after that was Powerhouse.
Oh man, that's when they
Right
were
after they won the
legendary, too.
championship, I'm backstage, and I was like doing something, and then I see Kobe and his wife
No way.
walking right towards me.
Oh man.
And I'm like, oh my
shit.
God. And literally fucking got a little fist bump from him.
Damn.
Got a fist
Sick.
bump because I just like, oh my God, what's up, champ? Something fucking super corny and like embarrassing. But I like, what's up, champ? And I think I shook his hand actually, and he's super nice. And then he like kind of didn't acknowledge me too much because like fucking Diddy was like behind me getting his attention. So then he went and hugged Diddy. It was like a cool moment because
Wow. That's
right
really
after
dope.
the championship.
Yeah,
and
That
I
must
think
have been insane.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard this.
and I
story.
want to say Drake performed, and Drake
wow.
brought him out.
Oh, shit.
So Drake brought him on stage
No
and was
way.
like, "Yo, fucking, they just won a championship, blah blah blah." And Drake introduced Kobe, and Kobe came out.
I think it was either 08 or 09, right?
This might have been, I think it was 2010, bro. Because Drake, the first time I heard Drake was like 09. So Far Gone, like the mixtape. That was 09. I think 2010. Are you fact checking? I think it was 2010.
I might
bro.
be confusing, but I thought 2010 was the one that Kanye headlined. Unless Drake was on that.
Oh,
They did win 2010.
they did win. Okay, but can you search Drake Powerhouse?
Yeah, it was probably 2010. Then. I might just be
Drake
tripping.
Powerhouse, Power 106.
So what song did he have? Best I Ever Had, probably?
Yeah.
I think it
it's
was
got-
best I
Damn,
ever had.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Drake brings out Kobe Bryant at
There you go.
Powerhouse 2010.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Boom.
Wow.
Damn, my memory works.
Yeah,
Damn.
good memory.
I'm hot.
Oh, shit.
That's crazy.
Hey, I'll tell you, bro. I got terrible memory, but it's very selective. I got
Yeah.
selective memory. My shit, I'll remember shit with like a fucking coworker at KB Toys ate for lunch, and I never forget it. And I don't remember like
What you ate yesterday?
really important friend's birthday. You know?
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's an
interesting.
interesting
Yeah, Drake brought him out.
Yeah.
So I met Kobe. Not to meet him, but I got to like shake his hand. It's
That's
crazy.
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's dope.
something I'll never forget.
See, I feel that's why another thing that I love about Power, because I feel like it does crazy random shit like that. Like it's so historical, and just having like random humongous names like associated with it, whether it be like Powerhouse or just an interview at the station. I mean, I have kind of a crazy story, not similar, but kind of similar, where I got to DJ for James Harden because of Power.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like a thing we did with Shoe Palace. That's what it was.
Okay.
And we did like a street team hit with Shoe Palace, and James Harden was there. And I remember
It was like his shoe release or something. Sorry.
No, it was actually at his old high school.
Oh wow.
I forget which high school it was. I can't remember.
Is he from LA?
Oh,
Harden?
Is he from LA? Shit.
Maybe it wasn't his. No, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, maybe.
They said it was his. I might be tripping, but I'm pretty sure it was something like he knew the people at the high school, or maybe he went
Yeah.
there for a little bit.
I know Westbrook's from here.
Yeah.
He might be.
Just Google it.
It was something like that, man. But it was crazy because
That's awesome.
it was right
Oh,
after.
you went to Artesia?
Yeah,
No way.
It was Artesia High School.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
Damn.
it was
Old
crazy, man. It was funny too because it was right after the Goldie Awards, and I was still nerding out over the Goldie Awards. Like I was still like, oh my god,
Yeah,
I got
fuck
to
James
meet
Harden.
A-Trak.
on like cloud
It's all
nine,
about
yeah.
A-Trak.
So it's funny because in the picture I got with him, I'm wearing the Fool's Gold mask because it was still COVID time and they were selling masks.
That's
And I
dope.
thought I was so cool because I was like, oh, I'm wearing a Fool's Gold mask and I'm getting a picture with James Harden.
Hell yeah. Nah, that's dope. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Don't be fucking.
He was a nice guy.
He was so
Yeah.
cool, man. I remember he came up and he was like, yo, play some Post Malone.
Yeah.
Oh, for
he's,
sure.
Wow, Post
yeah.
Malone.
he's a music head. He's always
Okay.
like requesting new like album cuts, like mixtape cuts.
Oh, really?
He used to come to Vegas a lot. Oh, he still probably does.
I
Yeah.
don't think I think I
I
have.
met Tao a couple times.
Yeah.
I got a picture with him too. That's crazy. Yeah, he would like just random requests. I'll have to go on Wi-Fi and download.
Yeah. I
Dude,
think
back
I
in the
had
day, the athlete, I went to a Chargers game, first time at a NFL game
yeah.
in LA.
Yeah.
Forever.
Really?
Imagine that.
This past
Yeah.
weekend.
Oh, bro, we didn't have a team for 20 years.
True.
So finally went to a Chargers game. Shout out to Vic One. He invited me, and then I took my brother Junior, and they played the Chiefs, and then someone like in front of us was wearing a jersey and it said Johnson, and he goes, "Oh, isn't that your friend? Didn't you know that guy?" And I was like, "Johnson." He goes like, "Yeah, Larry Johnson." I was like, "Larry Johnson." I was like, "Fuck, I don't know." And then he pulled up
Grandmama?
his face, and I was like, "Oh shit, I do know this guy." But you know, like I said, my memory didn't. He didn't do anything that made me remember him, huh?
You talk about Larry
No, I
Johnson.
know, but-
Yeah, that's a different one. Yeah.
Grandmama.
Oh yeah, no, that's a basketball player. But do you remember Larry Johnson, the football player?
Yeah, he's a
So
football player.
He,
He used to party in Vegas with you a
bro,
lot.
but I was very close to him.
Yeah.
Like text and fucking that whole nine. Like he would come, where you at? I'm coming to see you.
Yeah.
Like he was like my dog, but I didn't remember him.
Wow.
No, I didn't. I remember when I saw the face when
Yeah,
he like Googled him, whatever. But like just the jersey didn't like hit me. I was like, fuck, man. But yeah, back then, like athletes were,
Yep.
you know what it is now. I think too. For the most part, athletes love like just hip hop shit, and they just want the hip hop.
1000%.
So I used to do the hip hop room at Marquee Boombox. That's where I met, bro.
yeah.
DeAndre Jordan is my dog
Yeah.
from those
Yeah.
days. Fucking Sidney Rice, like Ray Rice, remember him?
Yeah.
Like all these guys, and then Westbrook was on the dance
Yeah,
floor.
did you guys meet him one night?
Yeah,
Are you-
I called him up
Yeah.
like, yo, what up? He was with his brother Nick Ferrer. Was like, that's Westbrook. I'm like, what the fuck?
on the dance floor just chilling.
And it's funny, I took a photo with him and then I posted like, he needs to be a Laker. And then he didn't retweet it for obvious reasons, but he followed me. So
Yeah.
we're still Instagram Twitter friends.
Nice.
Or
That's
X.
badass.
Yeah. Probably doesn't know who the fuck I am. If I were like to reply to him or tweet him, he'd be like, the fuck, I follow this guy. I just don't make his algorithm anymore, bro. Well, I don't tweet anymore, but
That's
yeah.
funny.
I'm kind of curious. Who do you guys consider your biggest like Instagram flex follow? Like who follows you? That's like the biggest flex.
Damn. Damn.
J-Lo
Used
for
to,
you?
used to be Travis.
Oh yeah, J Lo
shit,
follows me.
J-Lo
Oh, yeah,
follows-
J-Lo's
I
crazy.
think I remember you talking about this with
Yeah.
Angie V.
Yeah, that's my dog. I love J Lo. That's my dog.
Shit, that's crazy.
Never met her, but
Travis Scott was one of our big flexes.
Travis follows you guys?
well,
Yeah.
Travis followed us when he had 1,200 followers.
Yeah.
We knew him since the beginning, and then he grew, and he was popping. Still
Yeah.
followed us, watched all our shit, replied to us, FaceTime us. And then one day he just went on a fucking I don't like anyone, and then
Oh,
boom,
he
he
unfollowed everyone.
went from following 500 people to following like 10.
Yeah.
and we didn't make the cut.
Yeah. Too many memes.
Yeah, we didn't make the
that's
cut. Let's see.
I don't know
Jennifer
who followed.
Lopez.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see.
Fuck.
Skratchy?
Me? Shit. Nobody.
I don't even know.
I don't
Damn,
know.
J Lo still follows me.
Wow.
That's crazy.
She follows
That's
me
a
and
big
Vice.
flex.
Oh, shit.
That's crazy.
Oh, my God.
Should I DM her?
That's a flex.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't even know
Yeah, I
who
don't
else.
know.
Mine was random because I don't know why he followed me, but it's Brody Jenner.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's our dog. He
Yeah.
listens. We need to get him on the
He's a
pod.
DJ, yeah.
Yeah, that's I
That's a
know he
DJ.
DJs.
That's
He
a
loves,
good dude,
he
too,
loves
man.
DJs. Like he loves the culture too. Like he's like, he loves it.
But yeah, every now and then I'll see him like look at my story, and I'm just like, man, I don't know why he
Yeah.
followed
Yeah.
me. Like I'm a fan, of course, but it was random.
No, I remember a long time ago, before I like really knew him. He same thing. Like I was just like, oh shit, and it was in a club, and I met him for the first time, and I like introduced myself. He was like, oh shit, fucking, I'm a big fan, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just singing like, yeah, bro, like you just be nice, like humble dude. He's like, no, man, I love you and I love Vice. And I was just like, oh shit, he actually knows who I am. Like I thought he was just like being friendly.
He was
and
like
shit.
pretty close advice.
But
too.
yeah.
That's badass.
But he was like, I love you, I love Vice, I love Five. And I was just like, damn. And he was just like, man, I love this and this. I love HMC. And I was like, what? Okay. Like, yeah, I
Damn.
thought he was just being cool, but nah, he, like Five said, he like,
he really
like people might think like, oh, here we go, another celebrity becoming a DJ. Like he really like loves the shit
he
and
practices,
studied and
yeah.
practiced and like
Yes.
he did
Yeah.
he put in the work, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, shout out to Brody.
Shout out to Brody. Gotta get him on.
I
Yeah.
remember
we gotta get
I
him
told
on.
my mom about it, and she was like, yeah, like he's been in the DJ scene. Like she was like, yeah, like he would hang around with like AM sometimes back in the day. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So he followed you just out of the blue?
Out of the
Were
blue.
you following him too or no? Or he just followed you?
I wasn't even following him. I followed him back, but yeah, I still don't know like what he saw.
That was my
like-
situation with J Lo. I gave her a follow back. I swear. I gave her a follow back. She deserved it, you know. Like why not?
She deserved.
Yeah, it's J Lo. I follow back. It's real. I'm real. That's a good song.
Yeah.
You love Selena, the movie. So he just did you see like a video of yours? You said.
I still don't know.
Oh, you just don't know.
I never like asked him or anything. Like he just every now and then I'll see him like look at my stories, but I never built up the courage. To,
I
like,
do have
DM
a
him.
random one actually. Rob Deerdeck.
Oh, what? That's
Damn.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was like during the when I was like really big and I was posting like doing memes and shit. I would put myself in memes, and then he just I guess found me. I think it was Drama and like Sarah. Mm-hmm. I think they work like close together, or whatever. And he followed me one day, and that was it. Like we never have interaction, don't talk. And then 2 years ago, we went
Like
to a
me and
friend-
J Lo.
Yeah. 2 years ago, I went to a wedding. We're at a friend's wedding.
He was the best man.
He was the best man at the wedding, and we're at the bar, and he just like we made eye contact. He looks at me and he walked over. He's like, "Hey, man." I was like, "We never met, but I feel like we're best friends." I'm like,
Wow.
"Fuck?" And the whole night, I remember like best friend, like BFFs.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Did
that
you
was-
ever say why did you lose weight and why are you not funny no more?
No, but something like that. He was like, I was like, I don't remember why we follow each other.
And you were
It's like,
probably like, because I was big and funny.
yeah. I was like posting memes, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, that might be it.
That's funny.
But yeah, that was best friend Rob that day.
That's crazy. I grew up watching Ridiculous.
I still watch it.
Yeah, I love
That's
that show.
crazy. Fuck. Ridiculous.
yeah.
It's like, damn.
Yeah, I grew up
I thought you were
watching
going to say Robin Big. Like, that's
Robin
way
Big,
too.
yeah. Fantasy Factory.
He was like, Robin Big? Nah, I ain't
Oh,
go
is that
back
you
that
used to
much.
watch Fantasy
I don't
Factory?
watch VHS.
Yeah.
Actually,
God.
you interviewed Travis Scott on Fantasy Factory.
Yeah.
That's how I met Travis.
That's how we met, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I used to do the interviews for Young and Reckless and interviewed
Man.
Travis as a producer. Like Kev D, he was like, we got Kid Ink, we have Vernon Davis,
Oh yeah.
and this producer. His name's Travis Scott. I say, all right, just give me notes. I don't know what to say. He produces for Kanye. All right, cool. And then that was it. And he's just like, oh yeah, I rap too. Like, sure you do. and then we got wasted with them, and we're outside having fun.
Chilling, yeah.
And he was like, damn, y'all popping. I had like probably fucking 10,000 followers at that time. He was like, man, y'all popping. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's when he had like 1,200.
We were like
Yeah.
we were flashy at the time too, and like I had like fucking a Rolex on. Dlux had his fucking Rolly. He's like, oh, what kind of watch you got? Oh shit, Kanye gave me this one. It's like a little like
Oh my God.
starter kit. Like no, it was like a vintage like Rolex, but like it was like a small tiny watch. It's
face.
like he was like 19, so you know.
Oh shit.
And the
guys
crazy shit,
flex
and
on
Travis is like, Travis really does the work too, and like
Yeah.
and researches. I remember we knew him way before we knew Chase, and Chase knew about us
Yeah.
because Travis would be like, you need to be like these motherfuckers. Like you need to follow them, do what they do, blah blah blah. And then like by the time we met Chase B, he was just like, yeah, Travis wanted me to meet you guys.
Yeah,
we're like, "Whoa."
and randomly met him in Miami with Dizzer.
Yeah, I
was out
randomly
there.
met him for the first time at One Oak here.
Yeah.
He was with Travis.
Oh shit,
And then, yeah. And it was just like,
dope.
Travis like probably told him, go talk to him. You need to know him.
Yeah, oh for sure.
Travis told me to say hi to you. That's not what happened, but yeah, so, you know, just fucking around.
Oh
Man,
man,
good times, man.
Insane.
Yeah. Yeah, what else, bro? What's going on? What's next? What's the next thing that you want to accomplish before the year is over? Tell us now. Do you want to leave power?
No comment.
Okay.
we need an edit pack exclusively for HMC.
There you go.
How about
Oh.
this? How about we get an edit pack and we get one original track
Yeah.
before the year ends?
I like that.
We can start there.
Yeah. Shit. I'm with it.
Before the year ends, that's a lot of time, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hey
it
man,
is,
you'd be
right?
surprised, bro. Time flies.
yeah.
Okay. True.
No, it's you know, I always like to share things I hear in other podcasts. And the Jay Shetty one, he did like a quick, I recommend everyone going and listening to this. It was like a goal thing, and it was like 30 minutes, and it was about goals for the new year. And what he says was, what kind of year do you want this to be for you? Because everyone fucking wants a big year. Oh, I want to have a great year. I want to have a big year. But you have to be more specific. He goes, he kind of referred it to like sports, right? Like he goes, teams, they're not always a championship year. He goes, you might have some rookies, some talent. He goes, you're in your development year. And then the next year you're like, they're getting to play together, and you sign one legend, and then they're getting to know each other, you know? So he was like, for him, he was like, I'll do a year of like learning. I want to learn as much as I can. And then the following year could be my experiment year, like where I experiment things I've learned.
Right.
And then it could be your thriving year, like after you experiment and you figured out what it is and you thrive off of it, right? He was just breaking that shit down. I thought it was super interesting. So even for me, I was like, I was listening to this after the thing with Isla, and I was like, damn, is this a rebrand year for me? Is this a year I reinvent myself? Is this a year I really transition? I don't know. Like you have to really understand what type of year it is instead of just like, and it could be, this is a year I focus on health, right? It could be anything. This is a year I focus on production. Because if you have just that one steering, like that one goal, you're going to steer every day towards that instead of just like, I just want to win. I just want to fucking, and then you get lost, you know, like sometimes your learning year, you don't want to spend a whole year learning and not executing, you know, like he also said you could also do all these steps in 1 year. Like first quarter, I'm just going to learn. second quarter, I'm gonna this. Third quarter, fourth quarter is when I thrive, right? So anyway, go listen to it. I'm fucking up his whole explanation, but what I do know is that you do I do recommend having one goal
Absolutely.
at least,
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, this is the year I focus on mental health, right?
Right.
Like I wasn't in a good place last year. I'm just gonna focus on things that make me happier and like more present, and and things like that. And it's like, yeah, I think I've been having a lot of thoughts of like what I want to do with Try It, and I think for me, like, this is a year where I really put more love. Like there was a lot of, I talked about it last pod. It was just like, or 2 pods ago, it was just like I felt like I slacked a lot, and I know I did because I was too busy doing shit for other people and trying things. And it's just not, and it's just like, all right, now this is a year I really do my potential. And I was selling 5. I had a really cool moment earlier where like, so last year I was very homebody, which is cool too, right? Like I was not used to being home pre-pandemic. Who's that Avenue from? Pull up. I don't even know who's DJing. Let's just pull up anyway and see who it is. It was out. Delilah, we're here, we're there. Pandemic made me like, oh my God, I love being home.
Right.
To the point where it got bad, where like we're out in the world again, and I'm like getting fucking anxiety. Like, fuck, don't invite me to dinner. Or what are you doing, bro? Don't you dare invite me to dinner. I want to be home. I eat at home. So I was at home a lot, and I would obviously work, travel for work, go to do things, but very in my circle, never really branching out anymore. And I thought that was bad. And like I said, it's okay too, but it's also like, for me, I was like, that's enough. That was my last year. This year, I used to live off of just show up. 80% of success is just showing up.
Right.
I was big on showing up, and I said this year I want to just do more things, and not the off. And Five and I were talking about this off the pod. It was like, doesn't mean I'm gonna go pull up fucking on any given Friday to a club. Like if it's a friend's birthday, yes. Yeah. But have more meaning behind going places and doing things, but doing them. I used to be full of excuses, right? I miss birthdays. I miss God knows what, because my excuse is whatever I lied about, but I really just wanted to be home. You know what I mean? And I told Izzo to his face, like, last week when you invited me to the Laker game, I didn't have to do whatever I told you I had to do. I just didn't want to leave the house. Yeah. And that's not good. Obviously, it's just a Laker game in my head, but it's, and this is, and let me get one thing straight. Like, to me, it wasn't on some like, you just never know what opportunity is. I just want to see new things. Like I told Five, I booked a couple new trips that have nothing to do with work, nothing to do with opportunity. I just want to be inspired by new things, right? Like, I've never been to Nashville. I'm going to Nashville. And he's just like, oh, so-and-so's there, so-and-so's there. I don't know who's there. And I just want to eat something new and see something new and just pull up. And like, so anyway, the point was, this morning I was like, I'm going to go to the Row. There's a store I really like at the Row in downtown. I'm going to pull up. And then this girl that was working there is like, oh, that's a cool hat. What is it? And I just like had to explain, oh, it's mine. She was like, oh, what is it? And obviously it says Try It Studios. Is it like a creative studio? I was like, yeah, blah, blah. Long story short, she like really was like, hey, I want to introduce you to the owner.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, okay, that's fucking one of my favorite stores. And I'm not playing it too cool. I'm like, hey, this is like my favorite store. Yeah. I came here to see this store, just to walk in there. I'm not even talking to anyone. Just, I'm in awe of everything I see. And guess what's in there? It's like fucking notebooks and pens. Big
stationaries, trash cans, toolbox.
But it's from Japan. So
it's like a Japanese
store. You put two and two together.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Long story short, the guy's like, hey, let's do a pop-up here. And like, I was like, oh my God, I was in such a high. And guess how that happened? By showing up.
Right.
Just showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even with any intention. That's what I loved about you, bro. Like, whether it was Scam Summer, whether it's the neighborhood market, you just come, you're super nice, you say hi, you chat. You're never there to use anyone for anything, to ask for anything. And I love that. I love that. And that's when I told you, I was like, bro, good things will come your way because of your intentions, the way you are, like, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're on this
hell yeah.
podcast.
Right.
You're our next guest on Fade University.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, it's shit like that though. Like all that stuff in my mind is calculated. It's like I'm showing up. Obviously, one, of course, like I want to network. Of course, I want to meet Eric Dlux and DJ5 and Skratchy. Like I'm a fan of all of you guys. But it's not just
Thank
that.
you.
It's also like with intention too, where it's like I also want to get whatever, you know, little piece of that culture that I can appreciate in person, whether it be going to Try It Studios or it's like, you know, I've spoken before. It's like I one day would like to be on Scam, so I go to Scam Summer,
Of course.
and that goes for anything. I went to Vegas to see Beat Breaker. It's because one day I want to DJ at Marquee, and you know, I might not speak on it in that moment because I know it's not my time.
Of course.
But one day, and it goes back to what I said earlier, where it's like you make the first day of something, like you decide when that is. You decide when you're gonna take that first step, and it might seem so small and stupid now, but that plants the seed to grow into something so much bigger. That's always the
That's the way it happens, bro. I remember growing up, the local record shop. I loved everything about this record store, bro. Loved everything about it. I would not have money, and sometimes I would go just look at records just because I wanted to be in the store.
right.
Fast forward, became friends with the owner. That was my first job.
See,
And it wasn't me on some like, hey, what's up, Rick? You hiring? I never once asked him if he was hiring.
right.
Never. What he saw was that I was a young DJ and I was always looking for new shit. And he was a little older, and he was like, damn, maybe I should have this young dude here and like telling me what to buy. So I became his buyer. And that's
crazy.
I don't want to say the next thing, but yeah, that's how I met someone else and like was buying records off them. But I was the one in control of saying yes, no, yes, no.
No.
I'm pretty sure you could put two and two together. But yeah. But that's
cool.
the thing.
It's all about taking the first step.
You go, you want to be around and be at places that you want to be a part of, and just organically it's going to happen, the universe. It's always when you aren't the annoying guy being, you know what I mean? Like pull up in a DJ booth and shit. Hey, well, when am I going to open for you, bro? Like no one wants to hear that because none of us did that.
right.
But it's that whole Will
yeah.
Smith shit, you know, like you are a product of the 5 people closest to you. Like if you are around 5 people that just smoke weed and play Call of Duty all day, like
Right.
chances are that's what you're going to
become
end up
that.
doing.
Exactly. And that's been like probably one of my hardest lessons. One of my closest friends who, you know, I won't say his name, but he's my boy. Like we've been friends since forever. And, you know, he's very content doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he doesn't really aspire to do much. Like there's not a lot going on for him. And realizing that and realizing like he's kind of just biting off of whatever I'm doing. Like he'll come
He
to the
DJs
studio.
too?
No. He doesn't
Okay.
DJ. Like he just comes to my shit because he knows, you know,
There's free alcohol.
I'll buy him dinner. And, yeah, there's alcohol.
There's the
and shit,
bottle.
like, yeah. And it's been like hard to like, because you don't want to realize it because it's the homie, but it's like,
Yeah, and this is the thing, man. Like that's your real friend. He'll always be there, and always you should be there as a friend.
Yeah.
But like if you need to grow, like don't feel bad that you're not present
Right.
as much. You know, you always want your real friends around,
of course.
but like don't feel like, I got to keep it real. Like I got to, I'm not gonna go see Beat Breaker in Vegas tonight because like I told him I'd play Call of Duty. You know, like nah, like you're.
Absolutely.
Hey, bro, I love you, but like you're gonna play online, you know, and then you know, like, I know how hard that is.
Yeah.
That's a super hard transition. Like we all grow up with friends, and like you just have to grow, and sometimes they don't grow. There was like someone talking about that on a documentary or podcast where it's just like, if your friends are here and you're trying to grow here, like they're just holding you back, and it's just like you just gotta grow, man.
I look back to AM for a lot of that, like, I guess, guidance, if you will, because I really I look up to him so much, not just because he was a famous celebrity DJ, but because of how he moved and how he went about things, in the sense that.
Where are you getting this like research from him?
Oh man, so I've actually made it a point to go and like meet people that he knew, or like meet people that he was around, or that knew him personally. So like I've gone out to meet Kevin Scott, and Mike B, and like all those guys, just because I know that they were there with AM, and I know that they got to experience who he was. As
you would just ask them questions.
I don't even really have to ask. Sometimes they'll just go and tell me some crazy shit. They'll tell me, like Mike B, he was like, "You want to know a crazy story about AM that nobody knows?" And I was like, "Absolutely,
yeah, hell yeah,
100%," because I look up to him so much. Cool. But I can't, I guess, like express that any stronger. That it's not just because he was a big famous DJ and he was like the biggest DJ in the world. It was because he remained humble, and he didn't burn bridges, and he didn't burn people. Like he went about things a certain way, and that's what I'm trying to follow. Or it's like, I'm not going to go about things by being a douche and burning and using people. I'm going to go about things a way that I'm comfortable with, and I'm comfortable with just enjoying the culture, you know?
Have you met Vice yet?
No. Well, I went to his retreat, but I never got to like talk with him one-on-one.
He'll tell you some.
Yeah, he has a lot of AM stories.
I told him when he came to the neighborhood market at this Tri Studios, I told him a story of AM.
She was crazy.
I don't think I've shared it on a pod. I'm sure I have maybe a long time ago, but I'll say it because this also shows you the type of person he was. We're on the same plane, Burbank. It was a Friday night. I want to say I was doing Tao or Lavo. Scrub era, no car pickup, none of this bullshit. Fucking find your own cab, no pre-Uber, take your own. And you know the cab lines were nuts back then. Like they would wrap around. Remember, you'd be like in the barricades. Nuts, bro. I'm talking
horrible.
Every time cab lines, wild. So we're on the same plane, and he was talking. He was asking me, you know, this is like electro era. Banana Split. That's I think he was like
transitioning into like more like electronic music.
Yeah, so he wasn't really keeping up with like top 40. So he was asking me like, oh, like what's hot, what's new, what's this, what's that. We're catching up, and then we get off the plane and we're walking, just me and him walking off the plane. And then he's telling me his schedule. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to New York. No, I'm gonna go to Philly. I'm gonna go to Philly, spend some time with some family, and then the next day I go to New York, and I got to throw the first pitch at the Mets game, which is the last photo of him.
It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
When he had his glasses on, he said, "I'm gonna throw the first pitch, and then I got to go to New York to throw, and then spend time in New York." So it's crazy talking about this, but so then We're about to get to the point where he breaks off to get his car service, and I'm gonna scrub my way to the taxi line, to taxi cab line. And he's like, "Oh, where are you going?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna grab a cab." He was like, "No, roll with me. I'll have my car drop you off." That's that's a sweet guy, man. You didn't have to do that, you know.
For us.
Yeah.
So I was like, "You sure?" He was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm gonna go to the Hard Rock to watch a Marilyn Manson concert with John Nalgem." He goes, "I'm gonna go watch a Marilyn Manson concert, but he'll drop me off first because of the show, and then he'll take you to wherever you want to go." And I'm like, "Damn, all right, that's very nice." So we're in the car, and he's like, "All right, so give me some fucking songs. What's hot?" And the radio, ironically, was playing fucking Sean Kingston.
That's right. Remember you
Sean Kingston. What was the sing along song?
Beautiful. Not Beautiful Girl though.
The first one.
Wait, Chris Brown?
The first one where like people sing. I don't know. It was like one of those that people sing.
That wasn't his first one?
The Beautiful Girls?
Oh.
Yeah, that was
it?
Anyway, I was like, "Oh, this one's big." He goes, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "Sean Kingston." "Who the fuck is that?" I was like, I said, "It's big." And I was like, "Well, this part everyone sings." He was like, Okay. So I'm like running down a couple songs that were hot. Anyway, drop him off at the Hard Rock. His car is like, where are you fucking going, you scrub? I don't know. I'm staying at I don't even know where they put me. It's not even where the Deep Club was.
Oh shit.
And then, yeah, so exactly 7 days later, that was a Friday. The following Friday, like, got the news.
Oh shit.
7 days, bro. So one Friday, I'm in the car with him. He gives me a ride. 7 days later, I'm on the radio.
Yeah.
E-Man comes in like, you see TMZ? I'm like, no, fuck TMZ. And then I was like, what the fuck? DJ AM passed away. I was like, no way. So I hit.
Holy shit.
I try to hit. At the time, like TMZ was not the credible source. Like a yes and no. It was still like, I don't know.
Unreliable.
They just like fucking saying shit.
Yeah.
I hit Ian Fletcher, which was very close to him.
Yeah.
He hit me back right away. He goes, unfortunately, yes. And then I had to like break the news on the radio, and then we went and ran his mix again. We ran it on the second hour because I think we were mixing at the time, and then we ran it for the second hour. It was like,
I didn't realize that you guys ran it again.
yeah, we ran it. We ran it live, and I was just like teary eyed. I was like, it's sad, man. Like,
Of course.
Nah, he
super
was
sad.
definitely like the nicest person. I have like a story with him too, like not with the ride, but like I was in New York DJing somewhere during the VMAs. This is like what, early 10s, and he just was walking by with Kevy Kev. Oh no, actually he was with some rocker dude, and I was like, where you going? Like rams into the street. It's like, oh, I'm going to this Jordan thing real quick. I'm like, give me some J's. He's like, oh, I got you. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, I was still like around the block, whatever, just hanging. He comes out. He goes, here you go, man.
shut the fuck up.
Shit.
Yeah.
No
That's
way.
crazy.
He's like 9.5, right? I'm like, yeah. I still have the pair of shoes, like
Oh my God.
Jordan 5s, like the reflective ones.
that's
That's like the type of
amazing.
person he is, man.
Oh,
That really
shit.
is.
That's cool.
That really was him, bro. Like, fuck. Like, he could have let me take that cab. Like, I'm none of his business.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. Like,
I
he
didn't
didn't-
even
he
know
didn't
him
have
like
to
that.
let you.
Really, it was
Yeah.
just like knew him from him being on the show, and like a couple times banana split, or a couple
But
here
he was
and there.
But like with Vice, like he was a fan too. Remember, like because he was like the Hollywood guy, and like
He was a fan. That's how he put Vice on it. He was a fan of Vice, and he was just like, "Yo, this guy's dope. You guys are sleeping on him."
Yeah.
And like would give him a shot. You know, crazy.
That's exactly why I look up to him though, because it's like it takes nothing to be a good person.
Yeah.
You know,
Nothing.
Even in the documentary, they talk about like how AM would tell people like the story or like the idea of like keeping your side of the street clean. You know, making sure that you're a good person. But there was also like those hints or background of like the hip hop ethic where it's like you come correct,
Yeah.
you show respect,
Yeah.
that type of thing. I feel like that shit is just not as relevant in DJing as it should be.
Right.
I feel like coming correct, showing respect, you know, being a good person is almost a part of it's a part of the foundation of DJing.
Right.
Because DJing started, you know, with MCs. You were building connections. DJing was never meant to be like the point of interest. Right? You were just on the side. And I feel like it's so important to remember that. Like you can't take yourself so serious. DJing at the end of the day, we're playing other people's music. Maybe you're playing, you know, your own edits. The bigger guys are playing their own music, but at the end of the day, you're getting paid to make people happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Good kid, bro.
Yeah,
I love
Are you
this
sure
guy.
you're 22?
Man, I'm 22,
You're
man.
definitely very mature, man.
Yeah.
When I was
Yeah,
your age,
22. I was not like.
yeah, I was just fucking drinking tequila out the bottle.
Hey, I still have my moments, all right. Funny story, actually. At Heat, of all places, I spilled 1942 up my nose.
It burns.
Oh my god!
Oh,
for
you
like,
took it
out,
for
drink
like
out the
30
bottle?
minutes, my eyes were tearing.
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
"Oh my god! Like, what did I just do?"
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
New Year's, you were there? We were there like
Oh,
recently.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you played there New Year's, right?
yeah. But
Yeah.
this was actually like 2 weeks before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Anything else, guys? That was amazing, man. That
Yeah,
was
I like
that's
that
good.
last making people happy. That was like a very Miles Bonita quote right there. you're meant to make people
Someone
happy.
else
Do you
said
look,
look
up,
up
do
to
you
a
look
lot.
up to guys like Miles?
Oh
and
my god!
Jay
You have no
Espinoza,
idea. I mean,
Four Color Zach
I was
and
in
them?
high school when Miles won the Goldie Awards.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So seeing that and seeing it, it was for me at that time, and I don't mean to go on a crazy tangent, but at that time it was the spark of like the idea that turntablism isn't completely dead.
No.
It was like, because I knew obviously the scene from like the 90s and
Yeah.
early 2000s was obviously a lot smaller, but seeing that and seeing him just fucking kill it, you know, and all these crazy like fans watching and just seeing him blow up was like, it's still possible.
And also how much it's evolved. Like I feel like the Goldies was like the modern day DJing competition.
100%.
It wasn't like, all right, you have 3 minutes to like
Yeah.
make this record sound like something else.
Right.
It was more about creativity. That's also creative, but like we grew up where like, all right, you got to make this Gangstar beat sound unrecognizable at a half times BPM, and that's when you're like, holy
Right,
shit,
yeah.
what the fuck is that? Which
Yeah,
is amazing.
also
But that's
the
how we grew up
evolution of it.
at what.
So
Yeah.
That's
different
what we
now.
grew up at. Like, and because I remember when the first three style I hosted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
It was that play in LA.
Play-
Oh,
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
you did?
I hosted the first three style.
No way.
And I didn't want to do it because, like I said, I'm pretty shy and shit. If you haven't noticed already, and I had a fucking a room full of DJs, which is the toughest crowd. Playhouse, big stage, big club, room full of DJs. I'm
that Playhouse?
on the mic hosting the whole shit, and I was just like pretty nervous. I had to like take a couple shots, take the edge off. But yeah, I did, and that was an interesting way of battling. It was like 3 genres. What was the rules again? Like you have to play at least three
Oh,
different
yeah.
Three
genres.
genres,
That's
yeah.
what it was called,
Yeah,
three
yeah.
style.
Yeah.
You have to hit at least 3 genres, and then
It's like 10-minute sets, right?
Yeah, it's like a party.
it was
set.
like 10 to
Yeah.
15
It
minutes.
was like
long.
10. They were pretty long. I remember the
Yeah.
parameters were so cool too because it also incorporated like crowd reaction.
Crowd
Which was
reaction,
like,
turntable.
Okay, so
Unheard
that's what it
of
was.
creativity.
It was crowd participation,
Yeah, crowd.
stage appearance, three genres,
Yeah.
and skill. It was like those things they were judging on, and yeah, hosted that. I think
Who
they
won the
wanted me
first
back,
one?
and I was like, no thanks. and then we flew to St. Louis to judge one.
Oh.
Me, Sujit, and Scribble
Wow.
Damn,
in
that's
St.
crazy.
Louis, and then we went to a strip club with Nelly. Like Sujit was at Universal at the time. He was like, I'll hit fucking Dirty,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Hit Dirty," and he called Dirty. "What's up, Dirty?" And then Dirty took us to the strip club.
Wow.
Oh,
that was
holy shit.
Yeah,
damn.
Scribble.
That's insane.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
times.
that sounds.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I would love to go.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but no. So the back to the Goldies. That's like a different, because it wasn't like Miles just had to just beat juggle
No,
and
yeah.
scratch. You had to do some fun word,
Yeah, he did
creative.
wordplay. Yeah.
That was also the beauty of it too, because it was so unique and it was new. More than anything, like the fact that it was just a new routine.
Yeah.
I remember watching. Have you guys watched the Scratch movie?
Yeah. of course.
So in the movie, I think it's Z-Trip that talks about. He's like, DJing's gonna get to a point with turntablism where everyone's just gonna go do their little, bullshit, da routine, and on to the next one, and it's gonna get stale. And I feel like the Goldie Awards and Rebel 3 style were like exactly the revival of that. Like, it was the antithesis of that idea of like it's not getting stale because now we're incorporating cue pads and tone plays and like so much shit you couldn't do with just vinyl. And it's the beauty of it, man.
The DMCs now they're still just beat juggling for the most part, but they could use
Have like little
No,
scratch
no,
categories.
There's
they have-
categories
yeah,
now. Yeah.
but they're
so-
not like mixing. There's no like mixing categories.
So like the main DMC World Supremacy is kind of like Goldie Awards and Rebel 3 style. Now,
really.
where
yeah.
it's like
What's
it's a
that
full
kid?
routine.
K Swiss.
Yeah.
Hey Swiss, yep.
Holy shit,
man.
that
Zealand.
fucking guy is insane.
better every
I
month.
saw him actually
He's
at the DMC.
insane.
He was insane.
Yeah. He just competed this
Insane.
year.
Yeah, he destroyed
He won,
that
right?
battle.
He won something.
Yeah,
That guy.
He won it, right?
Yeah,
I think he did.
No,
yeah.
it was
he's-
insane. I saw it live.
He's like the Nyjah of
Crazy.
skateboarding.
Insane.
Kind of looks like him too.
Yeah.
He's literally like the night. Like you're just gonna win every fucking
I feel like we
competition.
watched him grow up too because he was like a little kid.
Yeah.
He looks so different.
Little,
I didn't
yeah.
recognize
So
him.
different now. Yeah.
Crazy.
Damn, that's awesome, man. Anything else you want to touch on? You're good.
Hey, man,
How do you
I just-
feel? You feel good about it?
Yeah, absolutely. That was so much fun. Thank you guys for having me.
Man, thank you, bro.
I love seeing DJing become an ever evolving thing, and that's my main thing. Is just like I said, show respect, move my way around the industry because I want to be in it, not for any sort of reason. And 2024, man, it's all about content for me and this new rebranding thing and just evolving. That's all it is. Worrying about tomorrow.
Just have fun. Have fun. Have fun is the most important.
Yeah.
Stay focused, and things will happen. And stay. You're obviously already just a good guy, so just do you, become you. Avoid bad people. Avoid bad influences. Avoid fucking peer pressure.
Man, it's hard to avoid bad influences in LA.
You can though.
It is, but even if you have to dabble, that's fine too. You know,
Yeah,
like you got to
course.
learn. You got to also fucking make mistakes. You
Yeah.
got to fail. You got to, people asks us sometimes like, oh, what would you do differently? Like, man, if I would do something differently, would I be here today? Probably not. Who knows?
That's a big part of it. I think some people don't account for is like falling on your ass is part of the learning process. At the end of the day, I still lost that Goldie Awards. Like it was still like, oh shit, like I got smoked. I didn't even make it to finals. Like
Who won again?
Ease. that
Oh,
year.
ease.
Yeah. And, dude, that was just legendary to be a part of it. And it wasn't until a little bit later that, I took it for what it was and it's like, that was a great learning experience because now I know what to do on my next battle, that type of thing.
Nice. Did you watch our Def Jam battle on Instagram?
It's funny. I went back.
Forgot about that.
I went back on the YouTube channel and I saw
Oh, it was
you guys
on
had
YouTube?
clips on the
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Damn, that was
Yeah,
fun.
Dynamics won that one.
Dynamics legend.
This fucking guy on a controller.
On a
Yeah.
controller. Yeah.
Where at that time, people were not like, you can't. Fi's been dissed because for scratching on controllers.
I
But
remember
yo,
my dad showing me that one. He was like, yo, look out for Dynamics. He's about to win this shit on a controller. 'Cause
Yeah, he's a
he also
monster.
competed in another battle with the controller. I think
He's
it was the
insane
Goldie
on a
Awards
controller, though,
the year
man.
before.
oh, he
shit.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot
sponsor.
about that. Well, we met a lot of people during that too. Damn, what an era, man.
What a time! The
time,
COVID time.
COVID, man.
Yeah, so stay away from bad people.
Yeah.
Drink your water.
Yes,
Get your steps in.
10,000 steps, gallon of water every day,
Less cookies.
Less cookies.
less cookies.
There you go.
But
How about
if you
cookies
have a
only on the
cookie-
weekend?
No
How
more
about that?
shots to the head. No more bottles to the head.
Yeah, no more. Don Julio, your shot. Your nose doesn't want a shot.
That was a learning lesson.
But if you were to have a cookie, it's okay.
Enjoy
If you were to give your nose a shot, hey,
Yo.
whoa, don't give your nose a shot. Right, Five?
No comment.
Yeah. Just try everything, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay. Even if don't be on some straight edge shit either. Like, fucking have fun, man.
Yeah, man.
We can edit that.
Just beep it out.
Yeah, bleep it out.
Oh man, good times.
Cool.
Yeah.
Danny, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate
Danny.
you guys for listening. Yeah, we will see. We're trying to be consistent, see?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's hot.
There we go.
yeah.
And I was thinking about this too. Like, I feel like even if the hard part is like getting a guest, obviously, but even if we don't, like, I think we just come in,
Just chop it up.
talk shit to each other for 15 minutes, do a shorty.
There we go. Yeah.
It's always entertaining.
Like the story you're
not gonna lie.
telling me about, you showing up to the store and that happening could have been a podcast
Yeah.
on its own.
What are since you are a listener,
Mm-hmm.
give us some feedback. What do you like? What do you dislike? Being honest, like,
It's
I want that.
actually funny, kind of going with what you guys are saying. I think some of my favorite episodes are the episodes where it's just you guys like chatting,
Oh.
Really?
talking about like New Year's and shit like that, or I love seeing like the repeat guests.
Did you
too.
notice that that's a new thing?
What?
Like kind of the small talk.
Yeah,
We weren't doing that before. It was like straight to business. Like, all right. I
mean,
and
that's
then I
like-
was like,
Yeah,
you
we
know
used
what?
to have points on the board, be like, all right, let's hit all these.
I didn't even look at the board once today.
Yeah.
But there's not much there.
There's something on there today.
But you see, name changes was on it. We got to
Oh
it.
yeah.
yeah.
Shit, I didn't even notice.
But yeah, that was one of the things that I felt like was important. Like, hey, let's just catch up first,
It sounds more natural and more than anything, like
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
like-
entertaining.
That's our normal conversation, like
Yeah.
amongst each other. It's like we
Yeah.
just bullshit and be like, oh, how was so and so? What'd you do this weekend or whatever?
Yeah.
So-
Love that. Because I listen to podcasts all the time. And I think when you do a podcast, and I've said this before, I come from radio where like, I thought we're talking to Felly about this, where I'm like, nah, like straight to the point.
Right,
You don't want
right.
to lose any listeners. You have this much time to talk. Don't even breathe. Like there's no airspace. Dead air is wrong. But then I listen to podcasts and I'm like, the
Different
fuck? I just
approach.
heard 15 minutes of Questlove talking about nothing about his diet. And then he goes into like interviewing like fucking Quincy Jones. But it's just like, I enjoyed those 15 minutes so much.
Right.
It just like was very,
It's more personal.
very human. Like it was so human. Like,
Relatable, you know?
Yeah.
like he had Andre 3000 on, and I love Andre 3000, and he bro, their whole shit, he was just like, my podcast, this is gonna be a whole different podcast. He doesn't do interviews, and he just started for the album, and he was like, this is gonna be different, just so you know. He's just like, all right. And he's just like, so what time do you wake up in the morning? Just very normal questions.
Yeah.
What's your routine? What do you do? And he's just like, oh shit,
That's
okay.
interesting though.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was like, damn, he doesn't wake up at 4 a.m. like every fucking influencer tells me if I wake up late, I am a nobody.
Those
Yeah.
TikToks.
He
Show me
wakes
the
up.
science.
Yeah,
He
what
wakes
time
up.
is it?
He said he wakes up at like 8. 8 a.m. is kind of like my natural like clock, and I'm like, damn, that's good to know.
Yeah.
8 a.m. is a little early for me, but but if Stone Rock heard that,
Where's the
Where's the science? That waking up at 8 is good for you. You know, but yeah, interesting. So okay, so you like that?
Yeah, 100%.
But don't you like?
Honestly, there's not. I
No,
can't
no,
really.
don't be
I
fucking
can't
lying,
say it.
bro.
No, I can't say like I can't pinpoint something I don't like because I genuinely will sit and watch these episodes, like for real. Because it's not just the people that you're bringing on. I'm just a fan of you guys to begin with. You know,
Thanks,
like
bro.
I think of Eric Dlux and Power 106. I think of DJ5 being like one of the best scratchers in Vegas.
Jesus.
Like Skratchy, like you guys
Not
are
even close.
amazing on your
But yeah,
own.
thank
You know, that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
you
think
see
it's
those
just-
15-year-old kids?
Oh,
What's his
Yeah.
name? Yeah.
Haruto brothers.
Oh my God, I got to meet them actually at the Tableless Lounge.
So they're coming back in March, but we'll give you the details.
Please,
we
yeah,
want
that
to plan
was-
something with them. They
I'm
want
a
to do
fan.
something. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
nice.
They're amazing.
nicest kids.
yeah, they're
too.
literally like 15.
14
Yeah,
and 16.
insane.
Jesus, yeah,
Crazy.
ridiculous.
Cool, man. Well, next time you'll feel a little more comfortable. Give us the shit you don't like about us, but not
Yeah,
about
we'll
us,
have,
about the podcast. No, we're just trying to like get better, and I think it's like it's really difficult to do podcasts because you really got to put yourself out there, you know. And it's just like I've been introduced to a couple podcasts where I'll listen and I'm like, fuck these guys. What the fuck are they talking about? You know, just like on some like, what the fuck? Because you don't give it a chance, you know?
Yeah.
Then you listen to another one, and you get to know their personality.
Yeah.
Like that's
Right.
the hard part is just you get to know their personality. You're like, oh my, I fucking like these guys. Like Dave Portnoy, for example.
Oh, I love them.
First glance of a clip, I didn't like him. If I tell you that I've spent at least 80 hours watching pizza reviews from this guy, I'd probably be exaggerating. Like I'd probably watch more.
Yeah,
like
I get you.
I love him because I got to know him and understand his personality. And when you do a podcast, not that many people give a chance to get to know you.
Right.
Where someone might have listened to us in the beginning and heard 5 minutes and be like, man, fuck these fools. They don't know shit about DJing.
Well, that's what I feel like you guys hit perfect. Like you guys are very personable. You talk about your own things. Like when you guys talked about the New Year's thing, I thought that was so cool. Like you guys discussed like what songs you were considering for the drop, and then like Fashion was telling his shit, and you guys are telling your own stories, and then you guys
got a
started talking
feeling.
about like where. Yeah, I got a feeling, man.
Hey, I played.
That was a joke too, but yeah.
It was a joke, and I ended up
Yeah.
doing it, and it worked. And I haven't played that song in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Is
song.
I got a feeling a gold on Power?
No,
Is it not even no
no,
chance?
yeah, we don't really hit any of the golden era like EDM stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think the only song we have on there is Day and Night, Kid Cudi.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Interesting. Okay. Well, shit. Thank you so much, bro, for coming on. Best of luck.
Thank you, guys.
We believe in you. We're here for
Yeah.
you. You know, see us as mentors. If you have anything, any questions, any whatever, like use us. You know.
We're gonna have
Thank
a
you, guys.
follow-up pod with you like towards the end of the year.
Yeah. See where
Yeah,
you're at with
that'd be
your
dope. I would
with
love
your
that.
production.
Check up,
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
check in.
yeah.
Word up. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys. I gotta pee.
Water fast.
See you guys.